Kia ora everybody and welcome along to Eventfinda Stadium. It is the Sky Broadband Rapid League game between the hosts, the Auckland Tuatara from the North Shore of Tamaki Makaurau, hosting the Nelson Giants on their northern swing. They have the Tuatara tonight and then they've got the Franklin Bulls on Sunday. It is the top of the table Rapid League team, the Nelson Giants, sitting pretty with just the 2 losses up against a Tuatara team who, although they're an experienced team, they haven't really strung together the consistent performances in Sky Broadband Rapid League.
Yeah, they're sitting down there in the middle of the table, but they're only 1 win behind this Nelson team who's won 8 games. They've got 7 wins, so a win tonight for Auckland with that veteran-laden team would certainly do them some wonders in the standings. But this young Nelson team has embraced the Rapid League form of the game. A lot of youth, just a bit of experience as well with guys like Sammy D. So they're not exactly spring chickens that the Auckland Tuatara can take advantage of with their veteran lineup.
Points for and against count for the the Cells NBL ladder. So in the Sky Broadband Rapid League ladder, every point counts for the main competition as well, which is crucial for a team like Nelson. Not just stringing wins together, but getting the points differential up as well, because they are in a tight tussle when it comes to a playoff spot in the Cells NBL. More on that, obviously, after 7:30 when we have the main game here. But 6:30, we're close to tip-off here in about a minute and 20 seconds. Tom Ingham, Hayden Jones, Davidson, Inwood, and Chamberlain round out the 5 for the NBS Nelson Giants. That is the starting 5 for the visitors. And for the Auckland Tuatara, Takaya Cooper, Ledger, Fitzgerald, Barrow, and Dalton. And that is a strong physical lineup. Charlie Dalton finding his feet back in this league after spending some time in the US. And of course, the experienced head of Nick Barrow, Takaya Cooper. He's a nice addition to the bench for Aaron Young and the Tuatara Cells NBL team. This is how it looks head-to-head thanks to the Chemist Warehouse.
And the Giants actually have slowed their form a little bit of late. They got off to such a fantastic start early, but those 2 losses in the last 5 games, the only 2 losses of the season. The Tuatara, as Moles mentioned earlier, a little bit up and down. Both teams have multiple players who are going over 5 points per game. You got that young fella matchup between Charlie Dalton and Hayden Jones. Of course, Hayden Jones probably playing that 2 spot, so he'll see a little bit more of Takaya Cooper and Ruben Fitzgerald. But which young fella brings them a little bit along the ways is certainly going to have a lot to do with which team wins this competition today. And you know, you mentioned the Nelson Giants are up at the top and trying to make it in, and that's why comeback's so important for them. Every point counts. But the Tuatara aren't out of the woods yet at the top of the table. And if you're a top 2 seed this season, you get the home court advantage in the semifinals. And the points total will certainly have an input in that area as well.
About ready to get this game underway. It's a nice crowd building for the main attraction. It's going to be a sellout, and it was a sellout early as well, so not a lot of empty seats coming up for this main game. As Ledger and Chamberlain jump it up, it's Ruben Fitzgerald. He's a gym rat. He was in here really early, Ruben Fitzgerald.
Loves it, lives it. That's where he gets these opportunities.
There's Charlie Dalton. Front of the rim. Davison with the rebound.
You'd like to see a guy go off to college and expand his game, and that's a shot Charlie Dalton would not have taken a season ago. So fantastic to see how much more committed and confident he is in that jump shot.
They were literally begging him to shoot it at times. He was wide open some games in the Cells NBL. And that runner from Davidson is good.
Davidson just recently signing to the NCAA, heading over to, I think, is it Cal Poly Pomona? Can't remember which one of those schools it was, but he's certainly going to be excited to start his university studies in the States and play some hoops next year.
Davidson fouling Nick Barrow, and was doing Nick Barrow things down low, sealing him off.
He loves a mismatch. If you're going to put a guard on Nick Barrow, he's going to go straight to the grindhouse and get pummeled. Nick Barrow's trying to get shots on that. Didn't really get the shot up, so he's not getting credit for it. Ball on the baseline.
Nice cut, Takaya Cooper. Good defense on the help.
Beautiful design in that play. Had the open look, unfortunately for Takaya, couldn't get the finish.
Davidson and Chamberlain just slipping. And a turnover for the Giants. I have to say, Uni watch, I'm not a great fan of the grey, but I love this blue from the Giants.
Oh, it's pretty, isn't it? It's like a shade darker than the Carolina blue. I kind of like it better than their regular uniforms.
It's a little bit, yeah, it's a shade darker than, say, the Nuggets blue as well.
Yeah.
Oh, nice footwork from Ledger in the key.
You look at this Auckland Tuatara lineup, and especially the front line, and I think there's teams across the South NBL that would be happy to be starting these two guys. They don't get a lot of minutes at backups, but man, are they a physical advantage here in the Rapid League. Speaking of physical, was that Ruben Fitzgerald with the foul there? Roundabouts.
Ledger improving his game, every season. Josh Ledger. Nice drive from Davidson. And got him on the arm as he came through. I think it's going to be on Nick Barrow. It is on Barrow, the vet. As Braden Niuli into the game. As Ruben Fitzgerald sits down.
Glad to see that whistle blown. I think Nick Davidson thought for a minute that that call wasn't going to come his way. And the late whistle is always better than no whistle when you got a little bit of a hack. Hits the first free throw. Hoping to drain 2 from the stripe. Double up this lead.
Nick Davidson. Bit of a points machine in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. His average has dipped a little bit as he makes the second. He's under 8, but he was averaging over 10 points in 16-minute Rapid League games. Dalton spinning, sees a double. Good defense from the Giants, closing out there on Takao Cooper's shot, who gets his own follow. And he finishes with the left hand.
Nice drive there, showing off some lovely footwork and a better touch, especially since it's with the left and a bit of traffic.
Eight to shoot. Chamberlain handing off to Jones. Pull up. Silky smooth Hayden Jones.
He just looks like really understands his body and his rhythm and getting into that jump shot. Just that mid-ranger on the pull-up. Not easy to do unless you've got a lot of hours in the gym.
And it's in your jeans.
That helps.
Takar Cooper, nice.
Showing some deft touch around the hoop and a couple of strong drives to the left before. After missing that first layup off the inbounds play, he has redetermined himself as a driver and finisher.
That's stolen away. Ingham lost the handle. Iuli with the ball. Late addition to the Tuatara. He looks to go. Oh, that's a nice move, Iuli. Crossing it up and putting it in.
Another player who's gained some strength and confidence in the American college system. And some big mid-season pickups for the Tuatara to expand their depth on the perimeter during the South NBL.
Nice ball movement. Ingham knocking it down in the corner.
I love that pass from Caleb Chamberlain there, the extra look. Could have let it fly, instead gets it to the vet in the corner who drains it with ease.
Iuli's drive is a little strong. Giants with this 9-8 lead on that three just made in the corner by Thomas Ingham. Here comes Jones. Defense is set. Differential of around 3.5 seconds. Now it's 7 to shoot for the Giants, Rapid League team. Davidson sees an angle. Goes into the chest of Barrow and puts it in. 3 to go. Iuli, big screen from Ledger. He helps up Davidson, and Nick Davidson 8-1.
Oh, he wants a sub.
And he's not a hunter. He's got a minute to rest, and he might need a little bit longer before the second quarter starts. Josh Ledger set a pick at midcourt, and it's the Giants with a 3-point lead.
Well, a nice finish there by Nelson to take this 3-point lead. Auckland executed well at the depth of the quarter, but unfortunately couldn't get that one to drop. But nice to see both teams playing with a lot of confidence. Really good offensive execution at this point. The Giants have not missed a shot from the field. Repeat, have not missed a shot from the field or the free throw line. They've hit them all. The Auckland Tuatara, they are 4 for 8 from or after that last miss, 4 for 9, but shooting just under 50%. So both teams playing with a lot of efficiency up to this point in the ball game. The Giants 4 for 4 from the field for those 11 points. That's an impressive 4 minutes indeed.
Get your large 100 pepperoni pizza for $40, and then Get a sweet Sky Broadband fibre starter deal with $30 a month for the first 3 months. Go to the website or use the number on your screen right now. Up and down pace in that first quarter as well between these two teams. High-level basketball for the Sky Broadband Rapid League.
Well, I mean, this was the dream when you envisioned it. A lot of young players, a sprinkling of veteranship coming out together and playing some tough basketball, and that's exactly the kind of quarter that the fans want to see, and it's a pleasure to call.
Sammy Dempster, the veteran in the game, number 10.
This was Coach Mike Fitchett's biggest concern with the Rapid League in the offseason.
Sammy Dempster.
That he was going to the bench, and the minutes it was going to put on him. It's like, I need him in the real game.
Yeah, they do.
Afterwards, I need him in the South NBL.
Oh, good tie-up by McIntosh. Nice defense. Here comes Fitzgerald. Two giants around him. Leger does well. Takar Cooper finds Leger. McIntosh, they close up on him. Dempster all over McIntosh. Phil Jones, rather Hayden Jones, son of, is Dempster for 3. Sparrow with the board.
Strong rebound, second effort gets that one, and the pace is quickened here in the second quarter by both teams as they look to try and get an advantage in that semi-transition, but good initial defense by the Giants.
Fitzgerald stepping through. Dempster with the box out.
Coming and might have got a hand on that forearm there. It certainly affected the shot if it was just ball either.
Inwood is fouled. And that's Nick Barrow picking up that foul.
Aston Inwood taking matters into his own hands. Didn't look like he had a lot of space on that drive, but just sizes up Barrow, knows he's got a speed advantage. And quite often when you go to where that help side defender is pinching in, it ends up in a turnover, but that's actually where he gets the foul from. Tukaha Cooper just getting his hand caught in the cookie jar.
Leger sits, Charlie Dalton in the game. Aston Inwood, he shoots 65% from the floor.
That's not bad.
In Sky Broadband Rapid League.
I mean, that's a decent look.
It's almost 2/3. It's pretty good. It's up there. That's why I wrote it down.
That's better than some of these guys' free throw percentages.
It's also true. Speaking of free throw percentages, Sam Timmins making his commentary debut.
It's good to have Sammy T on board. Enjoyed himself. Really enjoyed the TikTok lives.
Happy birthday for yesterday too, Sam Timmins.
Yeah, Sammy T. Getting the birthday the day after a work day. Just don't quit your J job. We got too many ex-players doing this job already.
There's a lot of people coming through this seat beside me. Takar Cooper off the glass. That's pretty.
He is playing well around the basket. 6 points for him now, all on drives. Showing some strength to get through the initial point of defense, but also some nice soft touch and unforced turnover there by Inwood. Chamberlain thinking backdoor cut, Inwood thinking handoff in the screen. And never the twain shall meet.
Chamberlain taking a little bit of ownership on that one as well. I feel bad I called out Sam Timmins' free throw percentage. I'm sorry, Sammy.
It's just facts, bro.
It's a harsh segue. Hayden Jones with the ball. McIntosh doing his best to stay in front. Davidson's recovered from that Leger screen to end the first quarter. He has the ball with 8 to shoot. Barrow on the switch. Nice drive from Nick Davidson.
Just a nice quick burst there after that little crossover. And good strong body on the young man. Able to get that kiss off the glass through a solid defense.
Good screen though. Fitzgerald. Charlie Dalton, no one around him. Put it up and in.
Right place, right time. Charlie Dalton just happens to have a knack for that.
He does.
Yeah, you know, some people call it lucky. On a basketball court, it's a skill. Just knowing where things are going to happen and having that sense about it.
Davidson is bumped and he gets the bank in. It counts. Nick Davidson.
Wow, he's up to 10 points now. Oh, sorry. Pardon me that. 8 points now is Nick Davidson.
Ledger and Cooper coming into the game.
The points just went up, so it is 10 points. So you spoke earlier, he was averaging over 10 points per game in Rapid League games. He's got 10 points in the half.
It's dropped down a little bit, so that's good. To get back up there to double figures, let alone in the first half, as Fitzgerald and Barrow sit.
He heard you whispering about the average dipping beneath where it needs to be, and he says, "Oh, you think so, Moles?"
It's very aggressive.
I know. Well, that's the way he is. I don't know.
Oh, Charlie Dalton stepping through, dragging the pace down as he steps into the key.
Just a really skilled player. Has that ability to play big because of his strength, but nice skill set shown there on the drive and the footwork.
Cuts the, oh, what a look. Nice pass.
McIntosh there for the help. Aston Inwood takes the contact, can't get the finish, but he will head to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
I was going to say, Tuatara bite into that 3-point Giants lead, but will be Aston Inwood at the free throw line.
Giants still playing with fantastic efficiency. You know, have only missed the one shot. That is Sam Dempster 3. Is that too harsh? Should I not bring it up that he's the only guy who's missed a shot this game for his team?
Are you saying Sam Dempster missing the shot is the sole reason why they're not perfect from the floor?
I mean, it is. It's true.
Is that also, that's also a stat, isn't it?
That is. It's a fact, I suppose.
Good on the second. Lead is 5. And we've got a player timeout with 46 seconds to go in the first half.
You know why I like this player timeout?
I love to hear why you like this, because they've got 46 seconds to go. Is it a 2-for-1 opportunity?
They've made it a 2-for-1 opportunity now. They use the entirety, if they use the majority of the shot clock, the entire thing, it'll get down to 32 seconds, which means even if the Nelson Giants get it up and get it, use the full shot clock, they still got an opportunity. And expect a quick shot here as well. Right around 33, 34 seconds, so you'll use about 10.
So they have do they have to advance it?
They have to advance it. So the shot clock now dips to 14.
That's what I was wondering. It hasn't yet dipped to 14.
It will.
It will.
Have confidence.
Of course.
Unless it doesn't, and if it doesn't, that is a mistake.
There it is. Right on cue. So the shot clock shortens. Will they get a quick shot up? Takar Cooper, Uli looking to drive. Oh, on the rim. Nice play from the Tuatara.
Explosive slices through the defense like a warm knife through butter.
Great use of the player timeout.
Well, that's just a hack by McIntosh.
Chris McIntosh. There's a right grin on his face, but that is shots coming up because they are in the bonus.
I mean, Tommingham sold it just a bit on the curl. A normal level of physicality, but it's like a fish getting tied up in a net. Once you're caught, you're caught. It doesn't matter if you're meant to be or not. That's a foul's a foul. And discussing the shooter. Tommingham saying, "It is me. Give me my points."
He wants a bucket. He wants a couple of free throws from the Chemist Warehouse line, rather. Tom Ingham already has 3. And this is the first. So a good foul from Chris McIntosh.
It's always a good foul. You get a miss. Just the second shot missed today of any kind by the Giants.
Second one is good.
Oh, actually, that was the second free throw. So third. My stats are all over the place because of the late feed on my internet. I blame my Wi-Fi.
Really winding the clock down. Differential of around 5.5. Down to 7. Up high comes Dalton. Iuli pulling up. Got tied up a little bit as Ledger with the rebound. That's too strong. And they call their timeout. The Nelson Giants. Chamberlain. And they have 2.1 to go. So they'll get a good look here. 2.1. Maybe they're talking about a little bit of time added, maybe perhaps, but maybe not.
I think Josh Ledger didn't understand how long the clock was there. He tried to get it up really quickly. And because of that, that gives the Nelson Giants an opportunity on the backside of this with 2.8 seconds left. A little bit of time put on there.
0.7.
And the Giants boys talking about who's going to shoot it. That's a long conversation about shooting form out there.
It's going to Sam Dempster. It has to. You're the vet. Call it.
He's a vet. He's also he's a molder of young men.
He certainly is. You're right.
As a basketball coach, so he might not mind giving up this one. I think Tom Ingham's going to get it.
Davidson to get us underway. Dempster with the
shot. Sammy D.
Sammy calls it. That's a 2. Sam Dempster calls his own number. And it's a 6-point Giants lead.
Great play here, right into Sam Dempster. The fake handoff draws 2 defenders. Josh Ledger, unfortunately, went for that fake, giving Sammy D the space to hit that deep J. Well, we are at halftime now. Take a quick look at the Chemist Warehouse halftime stats for you. Nick Davidson, the leading scorer in the ball game in double digits, 10 points for him. Backed up nicely by Ingham and Inwood, as on the other side too, Cooper was getting it done. Ledger leading the way. Chamberlain on the other side. Overall, the Giants really doing a nice job on the glass, but it's tied 6-6 between the teams. A little bit more ball movement for the Giants. Davidson not just doing it, scoring it, but also dishing that ball along. No blocks in this one yet. A bunch of ground-bound guys. And then into the steals. We got a couple for the Tuatara.
That's just one for the Giants. What round-bound guy?
Once again.
Come on, man.
Get a block. Get a block. Everybody's good doing the Roy Hibbert straight up and down defense, standing there. Great verticality. You got to jump. The only blocks you get when you're not on the when you're on the ground there, Moles, is on Twitter or off your Instagram. It's only social media. Yeah. Social media plus.
Fair enough too.
Well, but the efficiency from the Giants is what's impressed me most. 7 for 8 from the field. 7 for 9 from the free throw line.
Well, the fact that Tuatara haven't even gone to the line, haven't hit a 3 as well. This is great defense from the Giants. This is why they sit on top of the Sky Broadband ladder.
Yeah, what's really surprising, though, is that the Nelson Giants, 7 for 8 from the field, have given up more makes to the Tuatara, who have 8 makes, and have shot 19 times.
19 times.
That's 11 shots more than the Giants.
Well, they are doing well on the offensive glass, the Tuatara. They have 4 offensive rebounds where the Giants have 0. But then again, they've only had 1 opportunity to rebound a missed shot.
So it doesn't happen very often, but it's still 0%. Forced 4 turnovers for the Giants, though, as well. So that's where those 8 possessions are coming from. And that's why the Tuatara really have a chance in this game, because if it wasn't for the work on the grass and for forcing those turnovers, winning the possession game, they would be much bigger deficit than the 6 points they're facing right now.
I hope for the sake of these two teams, someone gets a high-flying block as well in the second half. This third quarter about to get underway.
Then they won't be ground-bound Moles. Even planes are ground-bound sometimes.
Soar, young men, soar. Here's Ledger. Looking at Ledger inside with the mismatch. Fitzgerald fires it straight into the hands of the Giants, who are coming the other way. Jones. The defense from Cooper. Ledger got a hand to it, but Ingham cleans it up. Jones, still plenty of time on the shot clock. Still at 10.
He likes the mismatch. He wants the one-on-one matchup with Barrow.
That 3 is good. Caleb Chamberlain from downtown.
Impressive job reading the game there by Hayden Jones. Spread it out for the one-on-one. Saw the defense pinch and made the right pass to the corner for that deep 3.
That's his first points in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game. Ledger in amongst traffic. Dumps it off to Nick Barrow, puts it up and in.
More of that for these big fellas. These big boys have an advantage down low. Let's get it to Barrow. Let's get it to Ledger. Let's slow this game down from the Auckland Tuatara.
Just 4 points between those two, Ledger and Barrow. Jones. Dempster getting Barrow in the air. Chamberlain. Dalton with the defense. Chamberlain with the better offense.
Well, back-to-back buckets. Feeling pretty good about himself. Nicely done there on the drive with a soft touch.
Barrow is a scoring machine.
That has always been his nickname. Nick the scoring machine Barrow, and he drops another one. Actually, it's Wheels for Wheelbarrow.
I thought it because he was
fast.
Fast.
Yeah. That's
foul line to foul line.
It works on so many levels.
It does. Oh, Jones regathers deep inside the baseline. Here come the Tuatara now, biting into what was a 9-point lead. Fitzgerald using that size, and there's a foul call. Jones just got him at the end there.
Oh, I think Ruben Fitzgerald got let off the hook that one. because Hayden Jones, there was some body contact low that, to my eye, Fitzgerald initiated it. Up high, that was a clean block, but the contact down low at what gets him to the line. And we take another look at it. Let's see. I mean, there's nothing in that.
Ruben Fitzgerald at the line, stops the clock.
Big free throws here. The Tuatara need some free points there. And just like that, they've cut it to a 2-possession ball game, a couple of tray balls. They're right back in this.
Good on the second.
Now a 5-point ball game, despite the efficiency with which the Giants are playing. They are only a couple of buckets up.
Ingham with the ball. There's Sam Dempster pulling the trigger. Sam Dempster, pure.
Sammy D for 3. Had a career high in this building a few years ago where he hit, I think it was 8 threes. I want to say. I believe.
Was it 8? I felt like
9?
I felt like it was 10.
I think it was 9, and I said it was 10. Got it wrong.
It grows each year. Next year it'll be 11.
I hope so. He deserves it, as we see.
Didn't you coin the great phrase? It was a Dempster fire.
Yeah, Dempster, I did. That was my Dempster fire.
That's fantastic. It really is. I think there's a brass plaque outside commemorating it.
There should be. There should be. I mean, this was also the building where the Tall Blacks beat the Australian Boomers for the first time in a World Cup qualifier.
2001, I remember that.
But what they have is Sammy D.
Yes. They don't have a plaque up for the Tall Blacks.
We digest after the carry on the turnover there, going the other way. Can't get that hand under the ball. 6-point ball game. Can the Tuatara answer?
McIntosh can't get the roll. Dempster with the rebound.
I'd like to see the Giants slow down and really get a good look here. What do they want? Who do they want it in hands of?
Davidson. Oh,
what a pass.
What a drop-off.
Nick Davidson, he's been impressive all season long, but he's a lot of fun to watch in person. That little fadeaway would have been a really awkward shot, but makes the right decision.
He's not ground-bound. He's springy.
Well, then he better get a block.
He's up.
Look at that last-second pass there. Had no angle. Aston Inwood does the right thing, gets down to the low spot for the big, the low dots there, and makes himself available. Unselfish play by Davidson. Free throw opportunities. First one drops from the Chemist Warehouse.
Now some Giants on their Northern double. They have the Franklin Bulls Sunday night to round out round 9. Good on the second. 8-point lead, which in Rapid League is basically double. It feels like a 16-point lead. The way teams can get on a jump.
Not a lot of time to make up ground when you go down big.
It's Nick Barrow on the offensive glass again.
Well, the Tuatara are doing a nice job of imposing their will, and they're dominating on the interior, but they're 0 for 4 from 3, and the Giants are 3 for 4, and that's made a big difference in this ballgame.
Jones, hold up.
Here. The way he hezzies off of it, looking away, and just pulls straight into that quick release, really nice.
Takar Cooper with 4 to go in the third. Dalton needs to put it up. Gets it up. In front of the rim. It felt like there was a foul from the Tuatara end of the bench. And it's the fourth quarter coming up shortly. It's an 8-point Giants lead.
Well, the Giants really slowed down that quarter. They missed as many shots as they did in the first half. So now 10 for 12 from the field. Actually, I think that's going to be a little bit better by the time the stats catch up. But just playing really good basketball. The Tuatara are continuing to grind away physically. You see the advantage they have on the glass and down low. But they're trading enough threes for twos. And they're getting to the line a grip. Just 2 free throw attempts for the Tuatara, 11 for Nelson, of which they've made 9. When combined with the advantage from behind the arc. That is the difference in this ball game. That has enabled the Giants to take a commanding 8-point lead coming into the fourth quarter. As Alex McNaught, he likes it. That is the look of a man who has not had enough Harry Potter lately.
Certainly does. He's deep in thought. Bouncing back is a priority for the Nelson Giants. Being taken down by a total of 5 in round 8. And you can imagine Michael Fitchett, the head coach of the Nelson Giants, will have a stern message for them for this game against the Tuatara, the table-topping Tuatara, who at times take the foot off the gas somewhat in games and take a while to warm up. With a veteran crew, you can understand, but they will be smart, and they lost 88-84 to the Nelson Giants in Nelson a few rounds ago as well.
Slightly different teams. Cam Gliddenless for the Tuatara, no Theo Akuba.
And I think it was Langley's first game as an import.
They did not know how to adjust to that speed. I think that was a bit surprising for them. You have one game plan, and it all changes when you get there. And suddenly they've got a really quick point guard. No offense to Alex McNaught.
Tom Ingham goes down. Ledger steals it away, and then Ingham's at the other end. They can't get on the ball.
Josh Ledger frustrated himself on the pass. Don't mind him starting things, but that was a different angle. Take another look at it. Ledger on the ball. Yeah, it should have been a foul. Tom Ingham having a laugh about it with the coaching staff for the Tuatara. Comes over to mention that. I think that might have been a foul.
At least there's smiles.
At least. Are they real smiles, though?
Not really.
Josiah Mama, he saw the humor in it.
Davidson. Back underway here. Giants with an 8-point lead. Dempster sees a double, falls away. Ledger has it. Takar Cooper running with Nick Barrow.
Tuatara got to make a run now. 3 minutes left. If they don't start now, it's going to get too late.
Barrow. They don't really have a three-point shooter, do they? Takar Cooper can shoot the 3-ball, but a contested 3, and it's Barrow again on the offensive glass.
He's chewing him up. Chris McIntosh, he's a 3-point shooter. Tough for him to get his shot off in the offense they're running now. He plays a lot of 3x3, gets it off one-on-one. Love the work that Nick Barrow's doing on the boards.
Block and a foul.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no. That can't be on Josh Ledger. And it is.
Yeah, Chris McIntosh, there wasn't a lot of action there for him in that play. And he is the one that can hit that 3-ball.
We'll take another look at this drive here. Don't see where the foul is.
I think it was it on Ledger or was it on Fitzgerald on the body?
It was on number 6, and that is Josh Ledger.
Okay. You saw the call.
Oh, actually, number 6 is Ruben Fitzgerald. I digress. Well, I thought I saw a 6 on Josh Ledger's jersey earlier. Got to tell you, Moles, I was a late call-up today. I'm not on my game.
You were a late call-up. You were.
Well, nice job there by Chamberlain, hitting the free throws. He's really come alive here in the second half.
Jones out there.
7 points for him in this second half today.
36-28. They need to put some buckets together, do the Tuatara with 2.5 to go in the game. Takar Cooper. Ledger, nice cut.
Beautiful.
Of course, it's Nick Barrow.
Nice pass by Josh Ledger there. Gets the assist. Nick Barrow now.
Up to 8, Casey.
Yeah, he's getting it done. 8 points for Big Nick. But the Tuatara need a stop. No stop here. It doesn't matter. They got to get the stops.
Davison looking to run at Ledger with the mismatch.
Oh, not the nutmeg.
Charlie Dalton.
The backfiring nutmeg.
Here's Iuli. 2 minutes to go in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game now. Nice look. The big men combining.
Oh, return the favor. I mentioned at the start of the second half. I want to see the Tuatara go inside and take advantage of their strengths. They're doing so. Now, can they get one more stop and start to get this Giant squad a little bit nervous?
Jones wants this mismatch. Barrow. Dempster. 6 to shoot. Driving. Left hand too strong. Another stop. Fires it out. And it's come off Ingham. And Ingham wants the push from Ledger.
Well, that's asking for a bit much, I think, from Tom Ingham there.
I think it's going to be on Josh Ledger. Yeah, it is. It is on Josh Ledger.
Well, I'd like to see it from our angle. It just looked like two players were competing for the basketball. I don't know if we have take another look at it.
Ingham's hot here. He felt like he got shoved in there.
Oh, come on now.
It was in the back.
I don't know if
he shoved him.
That's
it was brutal. It was egregious.
He probably saved his life by touching him there. Otherwise, he would have trucked him.
Time out called with 1:29 to go.
Well, I think a heads-up play there. I believe Nick Davidson was inbounding that one. A heads-up play to avoid the turnover. But what it does do in a very tight game is take away that ace in the hole in case you need it at the end of things. But much better than giving up a turnover at this juncture in the ball game.
It's been good from the Tuatara in the fourth quarter. They've been patient. They've done their roles. Especially the bigs, Ledger and Barrow combining. With 1:29 to go. Tuatara have already had an overtime game here in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game against the Bulls a few rounds ago. Isaac Davidson, the hero for the Bulls on this floor. Will we have overtime here? Davidson. A few empty possessions strung together by the Giants. Jones, the pull-up. Oh, just elevating over the top of the defense.
Mid-range killer. Hayden Jones, I believe up to 6 points now.
Uli dropping it off. Barrow. And another bucket, Nick Barrow.
Touch them all, Nick Barrow.
He's got 10.
Double figures, a 4-point ball game.
60 seconds to go.
Tuatara desperate for a stop. I'd like to see a double the next on ball. Right now, the Giants get too much freedom coming off without that help. Just straight switches from the Tuatara.
6 to shoot. Davidson needs to get it up. Pull up. Well, the roller be friendly it is.
Nick Davidson, first bucket of the second half, makes it a big one. Tuatara need to move quick.
Iuli. And looking for the foul. And it is a Tukaha Cooper foul. And it's just the second team foul for the Tuatara. 24.9 to go in the game.
So we're going to need another foul there to get to the free throw line. Apparently not the second foul, apparently the third. And they added that.
Jones will be shooting here.
So it will be shots.
Hayden Jones with a chance to ice this one. Can he make two? Despite the drums in the background, he makes it look easy. Up to 7 points. You mentioned 4 Nelson Giants players averaging over 5 points per game coming into this one.
Jones makes it lead. It's now 8.
All but one player for the Giants has scored 5 points today, and Tom Ingham's got 4.
Dalton for 3. And he's unable to get that, and that just might be Giants ball. No, it stays with the Tuatara. And with 10.9, this game is out of reach.
Well, there could be, Reggie Miller could be here.
Tracy McGrady.
Some definite T-Mac vibes in the crowd.
How about the Indiana Pacers losing Tyrese Halliburton?
That's unfortunate. Never like to see that. But to be fair, he's kind of annoying as a player.
And that will do it for the Giants and the Tuatara. The Giants come in, the #1 team in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game. Is all theirs, 44-34. They survived a Tuatara run. Nick Barrow doing Nick Barrow things in the key. And unfortunately for the home team, they take the L here.
I mean, just a really impressive performance by the Giants. The Tuatara played well. They came back strong at the end, solid defense, but look at the scoring explosion. Every player for the Giants who hit the floor had at least 4 points, led by Nick Davidson with 12 for the Tuatara. Barrow with 10, and everyone but Chris McIntosh scored. Rebounds, Josh Ledger, Nick Barrow leading the way, crashing the glass. Big game by Caleb Chamberlain. Had some big buckets in the second half, second rebounds there. Nice to see the ball being shared as well. Nick Davidson leading that category. Barrow and Ledger really hooking each other up with assists in that high-low action we saw.
tip-off here at Eventfinda Stadium just under 18 minutes ago. It is round 9, the NZNBL, proudly presented by GJ Gardner Homes. The following partners: Sales Authentic New York Pizza, heavyweights partner of the Sales NBL. GJ Gardner Homes, great supporter of sports. Sky Broadband. Sky Sport, the home of sport. Barkana and Koi. New Balance. Moulton. Arvine. And don't forget, tonight our chance, everyone in the arena, with our promotion, missed twice. 3 slices you can see up there on the big screen. If the opposition, in this case the MBS, Nelson Giants, missed 2 free throws at the line in a row. Everyone in the Eventfinda Stadium will unlock a code for a free slice of Sales Authentic New York Pizza. So we've got to make sure we give them the raspberry as they head to that Chemist Warehouse strike. Make lots of noise. And we could score some pizza tonight.
Basketball is a movie, and every game is a blockbuster. E for excitement, entertainment, energy, and epic. Cells NBL 2024 is rated E.
Back to the road. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone. But I don't care what you think you got.
Kia ora, good evening and welcome along to Eventfinda Stadium on a Friday night. It's the Auckland Tuatara hosting the visitors, the Nelson Giants, on their northern double. They've got the Franklin Bulls on Sunday. They want to take care of business here after they lost on round 8 against the Tauranga Fight. Now looking for a bounce-back win over the league-leading Tuatara, who went to Nelson and took an L on the Giants' home floor at Trafalgar Centre. Andrew Mulligan, Casey Frank on hand for this one. Casey, the Giants and the Tuatara square off. It was a bit of a shocking loss for the Tuatara, even though they were missing some players. And they were getting acclimatised as well to a new import with the Nelson Giants. How do you see the differences here for this one?
Well, the big key will be if the Giants can replicate that forcing of 18 turnovers. That's what really affected the Auckland Tuatara lineup in that one. And of note, Corey Webster had his usual scoring game at 25 points, but only 6 assists. And when he's facilitating this year is when this Tuatara squad is at their best. So if the Giants can take that away once again, they should have a pretty decent chance to pull off another upset.
You can vote wherever you are watching. Use that QR code or go to mixandpick.com. The favourite at the moment is a Tuatara win, but it's starting to be leaning towards a 1 to 13 point margin, but I'm sure Giants fans will be having their say. I know there's a Giants watch party going on with Hugh Bain and Phil Jones at the South Pizzeria in Nelson as well.
Pizzeria!
Yeah, I'm giving it the pizzeria, like I'm in Mario
They
Brothers.
better have the volume on if we gave them a shout out. Phil Jones and Hugh Bain in the pizzeria in Nelson. That's a big time celebrity sighting.
It certainly is. The Tuatara, as you can see, 10-2 on the season, played the most games already. They have a really good run home in the second half of the season, officially beginning with round 9. And the Nelson Giants sitting there in 6th spot, but you can see there 3 teams below them with 4 wins as well as the Giants. Every game matters. And then Franklin Bulls, I believe they were up to 3rd in round 8. They've just let go Jamal Brantley as well, so it'll be interesting to see how they go on the defensive assignments, where they have been very good. Southland Sharks Nuggets, big game for the Sharks hosting the Otago Nuggets. Saints and Rams arguably might be the game of the round. The Jets and the Phi, both teams looking for a win in that one, especially the Phi, who are in the chasing pack for that 6th spot. Jets looking for their 2nd win in the season. Starting 5 for Michael Fitchett, the head coach, and it's McNaught and Langley, and then Futu and Greedup have been really good, long defensively, and Theo Akwuba in the middle. He was missing for that win against the Tuatara in Nelson. And Kobe Langley, it was his first game as an import, and that's how it looks. Mike Fitchett knows that coming off a loss against the Phi, they'll be looking to up the ante here in Auckland.
Coach, got a win last time against the Tuatara. What did you take away from that game? Fair bit's changed though, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. Feels like a long time ago. They didn't have Cam Glidden in that game as well, and he's a huge part of their team too. So, you know, not back to the drawing board, but I don't think we'll take too much out of that game. They're a quality side, and we've got to be right at the top of our game.
$1 million question, which Giants do we get tonight? Do we get the triple figures against the Saints, or do we get the 69 odd against the Phi?
Well, I know what I'm hoping for. We've had a good week at training. We had a pretty honest session reviewing the Phi game, and to give the Phi credit, they played very, very well. So, you know if we play like we did last week, we'll walk out of here with a hiding. So, yeah, we'll see.
And that race is tightening up, there's no doubt about it, especially for 6th spot. Every win is a must. You're on a double this weekend. Tonight, you don't look ahead, but get a win tonight, things turn around pretty quick.
You're right, don't look ahead. Just trying to win this one, and then I'll figure out who we're playing on Sunday.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Mike Fitchett, head coach of the Giants. It would have been a long week, and they'll be looking forward to actually playing the game after that loss. This is how the Tuatara, in front of a sellout crowd at Eventfinda Stadium. Cam Glidden missed that game against the Giants. He's here for this one, and Webster in the backcourt with him Ruben Tarangi, Tom Vodanovic, and Rob Lowe. 3 top 10 scorers in that starting 5 with Webster, Vodanovic, and Lowe in descending order. And for Coach Aaron Young, it's an embarrassment of riches in the starting 5, but also he's starting to bolster the bench somewhat as well. And Aaron Young will know that they don't want to be caught unawares when it comes to the second half of the season and the Giants.
Coach, Southern Swing last week, 2 wins. Form was up and down a little bit. What did you take away from it, and what have you worked on during the week?
Yeah, 2 wins. You know, like it's at this stage of the season, you can see kind of, you know, the separation between some of the teams. We want to be able to stay at the top for as long as we can and be consistent in those areas. So, you know, our attention goes to this, you know, this matchup with the Giants, and you know, a team that we haven't beat. So we just have to approach it with the right mindset and execute on our terms.
As you said earlier in the season, you went down to the Giants, of course. What did you take from that game? And their form recently has been a little bit hot and cold. Your preparations coming into this against a team that will be desperate for a win.
Yeah, I mean, the takeaways from the first game was, you know, their best players played well, and you know, they do have good players, guys that have got experience at the NBL level and in this league. So just can't take them lightly. But they collect, you know, across the board. The Rapid League team is, you know, in first place, so they go deep. So we just have to be locked in and anticipate the kind of desperation that they're going to play with.
Best of luck tonight.
Yes, Coach Aaron Young knows that he's got a task on his hands. It's motivating the veteran core, Casey Frank. And there's only 1 game around. They've got a really good schedule leading into the second round. They've obviously played the most games we saw in the standings. It's just getting the engines going when you've only got 1 game around and a long week of training.
Yeah, they do have to temper themselves, but they've done a good job of getting into things slowly. As we take a look at the head-to-head, the Tuatara, one of the top scoring teams in the competition. The Giants play a bit of a slower pace, but look at that efficiency from Auckland. Fantastic shooting up there, 50%. Free throw attempts, the Giants great at getting to the line. Dan Fotu and Dan Greta, both guys who get fouled a lot. And Kobe Langley against Corey Webster. If Kobe Langley can guard Corey Webster one-on-one and keep him from getting where he wants to go, 15 feet for that mid-range jump shot to the paint, and affect his ability to facilitate for his teammates, that will go a long ways towards the Nelson Giants picking up another upset victory against this Tuatara squad.
Well, in terms of free throw rate there, 33% the Giants, second best in the competition behind the Taranaki Airs. And 3-point shooting percentage, though. The Tuatara, number 1 in the league, shooting a tick under 35% from deep. And when it comes to the Giants, they are sub 30%. They're second last in the Sal's NBL. And then it's going to be a real battle to see who can hit consistently. The Giants were held to under 40% shooting by the Tuatara in that win.
And got a dub.
And they got the win. The ball pressure was tremendous. They forced the Tuatara to cough up the ball a lot, and that was the key.
There's no better skill than to be able to win ugly as a team. If you don't have to play your best and you can still get victories, that is a fantastic arrow to have in your quiver. Now, that's not what happened to the Giants last week. They didn't play their best, and they got smacked around on their home court in a game that they expected to get a victory in. Was that victory the wake-up call they needed to come out and play with a bit more fire, execute to the level that their coach, head coach Mike Fitchett desires? We will see, I think, pretty early on in this one.
Danielle Cooge, and it's Ryan Jones.
And Mikey Graham.
And Mikey Graham are your referees. Ryan Jones will get us underway. We are good to go here. Nelson going with the classic white. And the Tuatara in that navy blue. Great kit matchup tonight.
It's clean.
Akuba and Lowe, and it's Alex McNaught.
Really interested in that Akuba and Lowe matchup. Akuba has the size to make things different for low down low, but it's going to be tough for him to stay with him out on the perimeter, and that's where Rob Lowe does his real damage.
Langley, pull up. Can't get the roll.
Akuba got a hand to it, but right to the Tuatara. Let's see what the Tuatara want to do early execution-wise.
Number 1 rebounding team are the Tuatara. Cam Glidden gets the early look on the baseline, and that'll feel good for Glidden. It takes a while for him to get an open shot. A play ran for him because Cam Glynn is obviously a tremendous spot-up shooter.
Deft touch shown there. Nice cut. Good find. Tuatara already looking like they're on the same page.
4. Here's Greta. Now it's down to 2. Greta with the pull-up. Oh, tough shot. Dan Greta, the Aussie.
That is great, dude. Cam Glynn really made him get some arc underneath that one. But Greta, excellent knowledge of the shot clock and where it was going, and that he had to get that high arcing shot to get the jumper off.
Low up high. Running with Tarangi. Ruben Tarangi with the bucket.
And just a sweeping layup to the cup. Got that handoff at a lot of speed, and that enabled him to get some momentum to the hole for the finish.
Langley, runner, off the glass and in.
And those are the shots that are so important for him to hit. Those in-between ones, because it's tough for him to finish at the rim tonight with Rob Lowe in there. But if you can hit that little floater game, that's going to force that defense to extend and open up some other options.
Tarangi with time. Glidden with the rebounds. Webster, 3 ball. That's off. Reader with the ball. Giving it up to Langley. And he now gets it back from McNaught. Kobe Langley. Oh, knocking that down. Kobe Langley's got 7.
Well, coming back quickly the other way. Cam Glynn does well to catch it. Definitely got fouled.
Brother, he's got 5 of the 7 as Langley. Cam Glynn got tied up.
Well,
and that's Langley's foul. So he's a guy who loves to gamble, and he's very good at it. He leads the league in steals at 3.8 on average.
Well, if they called that on Langley, they really let Cam Glynn get a lot of extra space afterwards because he was not involved in the shot. But we'll get that confirmed out one in a minute. But really nice to see Kobe Langley coming out there and getting aggressive offensively. A little bit of miscommunication in transition for the Tuatara. Expecting the Giants to play at a little bit of a slower pace, I think, and the quickness surprised him that last play. But quick in retaliation were Auckland, and Cam Glynn trying to hit 2 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Good early touches for Cam Glidden here. Giants with this 1-point lead. Tarangi matching up on Langley. Using a little bit of size and length. Here's Fotu. This is a great matchup between those 2 Tall Blacks players, and Vidanovic and Dan Fotu.
Oh, Tarangi likes this matchup.
Vidanovic will pull the trigger all the time this season. He is unconscious at times.
That jumper is pure, man. He's got so much confidence in it. He gets great elevation and a quick release to go with it.
Fotu driving hard.
I like that matchup between Fotu and Vidanovic. 2 guys who know each other very well. Both extremely strong players who love that physical game.
McNaught disrupts it.
And you love Alex McNaught's effort in that area. One thing the Giants are going to try to do tonight is make Corey Webster work. That means on both ends. Alex McNaught is never going to leave his pocket. And on the other end, look to see the Giants run Corey Webster through multiple actions to try and wear him down towards the end of this ballgame.
Webster cupping the ball, and it's pulled down by Akwuba.
Nice rebound, decent shot, unlucky roll for Corey Webster there. I like Kobe Langley attacking Corey Webster, making him work on this end.
Langley. Fotu. It's good defense from the Tuatara. Tarangi with the runner in front of the rim. Who wants it? It's still loose. Langley survives that.
Excellent fight by the Tuatara. Not giving anything away, but the Giants standing strong early.
Langley thought about it. High dribble. Greta with 6. Spinning, lost the handle, gets it back, puts it in. Dan Greta.
I like how he's attacking Cam Glidden, not settling for the jump shot that time around, instead of using his physicality and athleticism to get to the cup for 2.
Dan Greta averages almost 22 a game. He's in the top 10 of scoring.
Corey Webster off to a slow start. He's been off on that jump shot. Not something you see from him often. Might take a good bit of time to get the eye in.
Greeta's feeling it. And a foul. And that's on Ruben Tarangi. Braden Iuli and Charlie Dalton come in the game for Aaron Young and the Tuatara. Alex McNaught takes a seat. And Nick Davidson, impressive young guard. And Vidanovic and Corey Webster take a seat for the home team.
Well, Rob Lowe and Ruben Tarangi didn't switch sides there. Even Theo Kuba on the big side. And now they do.
Dan Greer, a 70% foul shooter from the Chemist Warehouse line. Charlie Dalton goes across to help with that Kluber. Not that they need it, because Greer makes the second.
Yuli looks good in that rapid league game. Strong player, plays with a lot of physicality on those drives to the cup.
Tarangi off the glass and in.
Oh, that's pretty. Ruben Tarangi, he has sacrificed the most out of his starting five all season long. But his teammates are still looking for him, and he just takes good shots when they're there.
Langley, that's an impressive move.
Put him in the blender, side to side, freezing him a couple of times. Tarangi solid defense, but Langley locked in on this one early.
Glidden turns the corner, fades away, has it blocked. Akuba gets one. Here comes Greer going the other way. Puts it up for Akuba. Breakdown and understanding there. And it will be Tuatara ball.
Well, Nelson's got to feel good about themselves right now. They are looking like a completely different squad than we saw a week ago against the Phi. Coming out with a lot of aggressiveness. They're executing well, but on the defensive end, they're making everything tough. And every possession, nothing easy for Auckland up to this point.
Low for three. Good box out from Fotu.
I don't mind that shot, though. It's 3 feet behind, and Akuba really challenged that one. He did a nice job of getting out there and making it more difficult.
Langley getting buckets here, misses that. He looks really aggressive on offense. Bewley driving, does well, puts it in. Fresh off a loss in the Rapid League. He's looking good off the bench for Aaron Young. What an addition he's become.
Yeah, what a midseason pickup between Dalton and Iuli. Really changes the face of this, of the depth of this Tuatara squad. And fantastic bucket there. On balance, patient for the finish.
6 now. Akuba up high. Lowe gives him room. Greer turns the corner. Goes into the chest of Rob Lowe, and Rob Lowe is going the other way as Greer and Tarangi get tied up. And it will be a foul on Dan Greer there.
Great defense, Rob Lowe, staying vertical, making that a tough shot. I just would rather not see Dan Greer get that foul there. I love the effort, I love the intensity, but these are the cheap ones that have been getting him into foul trouble and costing him minutes late in ball games. He's fouled out of a few, but it really affects his defense down the stretch if he's sitting there with 3 or 4. These early cheap ones, that's when you just have to hold your peace just a little bit longer. Not be that aggressive in the first quarter to get that foul there, 90 feet from the basket.
Tom Ingham in the game for the Giants, number 9. Corey Webster's out there now. Cam Glidden takes a seat. Sammy Dempster also checks in. The game is low. Gets that 3 to go down.
He just lulls so many bigs to sleep there. You think you're just in a little semi-transition. Suddenly he's catching and shooting.
Langley with the crossover finds Alex McNaught's hand, and it blows through his fingers and out.
Alex McNaught was already starting to leak back as the primary defender as we take another look at Rob Lowe's triple with tickles the twine. But that turnover there, Langley looked like he was shooting, and Alex McNaught just got out of the spot.
Webster just thought about it a little bit too much, and Alex McNaught with the face-up box out gets Charlie Dalton down on the floor.
Probably would have been okay had Charlie Dalton not jumped up and been decleated. But when you have 2 hands in the chest and your face guarding a box out, there's a pretty good chance the whistle's going to go against you.
Rob Lowe sits. Tom Vidanovic. Rob Lowe, by the way, just passed 1,000 points for the Tuatara.
Oh. Congratulations, Robbie Lowe.
Thanks to Mike Lacey.
You're not counting the buckets yourself?
No, definitely not. Apologies, Rob. I love you, but I'm not counting every single time you score for the Tuatara.
You've changed.
I know, I've stayed the same. You know that. Ruben Tarangi turning the corner. He got knocked on the arm. Ingham's down. Everybody's up. He makes his way back. Alex McNaught gives the ball to Fotu. Fakes the handoff.
Going to be a timeout for the Tuatara here.
Yeah, it is. Aaron Young has called it. And that is going to be on Tom Vajanovic.
And the Tuatara are getting sucked into the game within the game. A lot of chats to the ref over there. Right, wrong, or indifferent. But Ruben Tarangi, adamant. I got hit on the hand when I'm shooting a layup. You got to give me that whistle.
2:41 to go in this first quarter. Tuatara up 2 on that Rob Lowe 3.
Well, Auckland's taking control of the score sheet, but they haven't taken control of the game. The Giants determining the pace right now, playing excellent offensively. The Giants shooting 50% from the field, holding Auckland down to 42%. And the rebound's just slightly in the Tuatara factor. If the Giants can keep the Tuatara close to them on the rebound game and force some turnovers, like they did the last time these teams met, they will be in excellent shape coming down the stretch.
No assists for the Giants at the moment in this game. 4 for the Tuatara. 4 on the 6 field goals for the Tuatara.
And of those assists, 1 for Corey Webster, who's 0 for 4 right now. And hasn't really looked like he's got his eye locked in just yet.
I'm going to give you a hot tip. He will not stay 0 for in this game.
You
No,
don't think
he
so?
won't. No.
I don't know.
No, I'm picking it. It's a bold call.
He doesn't even look like he likes scoring.
Let's see how it plays out, Cotton. He likes to score the basketball.
What? Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
It's in his LinkedIn profile. Also become a very good passer over the last few years. Dempster making trouble for the Tuatara as Uli gets it. Goes up, but he can't get him to go down. And it's going to go to the Giants because Charlie Dalton's foot was out.
Yuli,
Wow-wee.
I mean, gets all the way there.
He does.
A couple of speculative passes there by the Tuatara somehow get through, and Yuli, all that power, but that soft touch just sits up there for what seems an eternity, or like half a second, but either way.
McNaught off the glass and in.
That aspect of his game has really matured this season with the Giants. He's much more aggressive driving, and in between layup, when you're not right at the rim, it can't be right there, but a little bit of a floater is really tough.
Tom Vajanovic just bulldozes through Dan Fotu and then can't get it to go down. So it's the Giants ball with Langley going the other way.
We're going to see Rob Lowe check back in the ball game shortly.
And the and one, as there was no one inside, and Braden Iuli was caught on an island with Kobe Langley.
Yeah, when Rob Lowe's out of the game, somebody else has to be the rim protector. They're so used to big Bobby Lowe sitting back there that this time when Langley drives, Charlie Dalton's too far onto the weak side for the help, respecting Dan Fotu's shooting ability. And that makes it much easier for Kobe Langley to finish at the rim, get that contact, the hoop, the harm, and a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Kobe Langley, a 23-year-old, 6'2" point guard, misses that. From North Carolina. He has been very good for Mike Fitchett and the Giants. As I think Corey Webster's just had enough of the attention from Alex McNaught.
Is that going to be
And they're going to have a bit of a conversation about.
I actually was looking down at the screen. I didn't see the contact between Corey and McNaught. They haven't made a call yet. They haven't said where the foul is or what's going on.
It is unsportsmanlike. So 2 shots And the ball.
Oh, there was the replay again. I actually missed the replay because I was looking at the officials, so I can't judge that. If you could get that one more time.
Yeah, Josiah, our director. There's one there, and then it's just like, get out.
Oh, come on now.
Alex McNaught, well
Come
done.
on now.
That is Daniel Radcliffe.
An unsportsmanlike foul on that.
That is Daniel Radcliffe style acting.
But you know what happened is they missed the initial push.
They did.
Corey Webster pushed him initially, doesn't get that call. So the next time McNaught sells it and gets it, but that's not truthful. There's a little bit of contact, but to call that unsportsmanlike, I think I didn't see Corey Webster act with any kind of recklessness there. He was just in his dribble. So I think tough one there, and the Tuatara have to live with it. Down 3. Giants trying to take control in the first quarter.
Here's Langley. Going out low, high off the glass.
Excellent contest, using all 7 feet of that wingspan to make that a harder shot to finish. And C-Web's upset. He gets it. Oh, that's an offensive foul. That's easy.
Kobe Langley just Tom Vodanovic is right there with Ryan Jones saying that's unsportsmanlike. Aaron Young wants it unsportsmanlike. Well, Ryan Jones says stop. Rob Lowe's making the unsportsmanlike.
They're going to have a conversation as to whether or not this is unsportsmanlike. But Kobe Langley just, for some reason, shoves Rob Lowe as he's starting to dribble down.
Rob Lowe's at the Chemist Warehouse line.
And we'll take a look at it. There's the turnover. Kobe Langley all by himself. And I hope they don't call it unsportsmanlike. I think it was a foul on Langley. Rob Lowe also good at the convincing.
Game within the game.
Common foul. Common sense has prevailed. But Kobe Langley extending that arm, picks up his second personal foul, and foul trouble has plagued him. They're going to be interesting to see if they're going to be able to keep this scoreboard ticking over with him on the bench. He's been such a threat up to this point in the ballgame.
Here's Webster.
And now he's mad.
He's angry. He's fired up.
And now he has his eye in.
0 for 4 and stolen. And now he's going to take the game by the scruff of the neck a little bit here. Ingham picks up his dribble.
In. Tuatara, they smell blood in the water without Langley on the court.
And Fotu has it poked away.
Just loses it.
No, lost the handle, excuse me.
Yeah, not knocked out of bounds.
So it'll be Tuatara ball. 43.7 to go in this first quarter. Here comes Corey Webster.
Can they take the lead?
Into the corner, Glidden gets Fotu in the air and knocks it down.
Well, the crowd loves it. Fantastic pass there by Corey Webster. Finding Cam Glidden on the perimeter. You got to believe that shot fake because he's such a good shooter. Gets him wide open. So now the Tuatara taking the lead and looking like a different unit than they did the first 9 minutes.
3.5 differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Up high comes Dempster. 8 to shoot. McNaught drops it off. Ingham bobbles it. Gets his dribble back. Puts it up. Can't get the roll. Who wants it? Who does it fall to? And it is Tuatara ball. 4.2 to go in the quarter.
Might want to use your player timeout here.
Does
Aaron Young's thinking about it, but no, they're just going to go deep.
Where's Ruben Tarangi? Is he going to heave it from mid-court? He does. Too high. And Ruben Tarangi's on the floor. Tom Ingham is going to help him up. Game within the game. What a first quarter it has been. It has been interesting to say the least. The Tuatara lead by 2 at Eventfinda Stadium.
Let's have a look how many we get here. The buckets. Interesting technique for the first one. first shot. Let's go, our man from England. Theo
Copy.
21 seconds. Let's see how we go. We might get 3 for the slice and 1. Get one in, 3 slices. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, very, very close. Time to the top spot here. Thanks to Sal.
Welcome back. No mai haere mai. It is a 21-19 ball game between the Giants visiting the Tuatara. The Auckland Tuatara are up. And a game within the game. There seems some physicality, nothing out of the usual, but just a little bit of acting, selling, some fouls, lots of conversations between the vets of the Tuatara and the refereeing team, and you can get your large 100 pepperoni black garlic pizza for $40.
99, 100.
You're that type of guy, aren't you?
Well, if I'm going to pay for 100 pepperoni,
Yeah.
I better be getting 100 pepperoni.
Oh
You
my-
always get 100 pepperoni from Sal's.
Oh my goodness, that would be punishing. Use that QR code and don't be that person. That's a great pizza. Tarangi with the ball. Picks up his dribble. Vodanovic had the angle. Lost it. Still plenty of time. Low with the catch. Steps through. Just so easy for him.
Corey Webster doing a great job facilitating, drawing 2 defenders off that little on ball, delivers it high to Rob Lowe. Big fundamentals, keeps it high for the finish.
Jones. Hayden Jones has it blocked. Just a different length from Sky Broadband Rapid League to the main game.
It's a little bit different when you got the 6'11" Rob Lowe in there, the 7-foot wingspan.
Amazing potential, Hayden Jones. Oh, Rob Lowe with his second 3.
And just like that, the Auckland Tuatara are looking a different offensive machine.
They've poked them, haven't they?
5 straight points since the break. They've scored, I believe, 9 straight overall.
McNaught operating with Akwuba. Akwuba with a rebound. He's so springy. And he gets that to go down on the offensive glass. A rare offensive rebound. They are dead last on the offensive rebounds in the league.
And that actually stops a 10-0 run by the Tuatara. Much needed bucket there.
Low on the post. Spin move on the baseline. Rob Lowe with the quickness. Witness the fitness.
Put him in the spin cycle. Get your change. We're going to the laundromat. Because he was spinning round, round, baby, round, round. Didn't get the finish, though.
Come on, Rob.
I mean, but look at the quick move here. Just lulls in the sleeves. I'm going to go middle. No, I'm not.
He felt that. He could see where he was.
Bit disappointed with himself on the finish. But off to the Chemist Warehouse stripe for 2. Rob Lowe is in such command of his game these last couple years as a player. Taking that, of course, to the Melbourne United once the NZNBL season begins. But it's just been great to see him really realize all of his potential gifts and potential and gifts in the last couple of years. The shooting, the decision-making, the influence defensively.
McNaught lost the handle.
Oh, man.
Just pressured by Corey Webster at half court.
You're just speeding him up a little bit.
Yeah.
This is why you always have ball pressure up the court. You have to commit yourself to that to be a great defensive team. No timeout here for Mike Fitchett. He wants it on him if the Tuatara make a bucket.
Someone needs to come get the ball. It's Cam Glidden. That's Ruben Tarangi.
Well, this is when Corey Webster's not in that point guard position. Changes things, bringing it up, but not that much.
Step back. Corey Webster. Oh my goodness, and there is the Nelson Giants timeout.
Poke the bear. Alex McNaught poked the bear. And now Corey Webster is locked in and bringing it together. Look at that space he creates with that little step back. Explodes off the on ball, gets into a spot, and then really gets that push backwards. Gets McNaught going the other direction. And the Tuatara maintain that 9-point lead.
It's 30-21. Corey Webster started the game 0 for 4 and had a couple of turnovers. Now he's getting to work here.
Yeah, he's made a couple buckets since then. 2 in a row. Go Tuatara, Tom. I like it.
Great crowd in for a Tuatara game, the most they've had maybe ever, I want to say.
I'll tell you what's dangerous is those G.J. Gardner balls going up to the top row when they're fully inflated. Because that could be a heck of a Falcon. But some good catches up there in the crowd today. The crowd is pumped. The local community has really wrapped their arms around this Tuatara squad the last few weeks. And it's fantastic to see a squad of this caliber get the crowds that they deserve.
Some awful hands in the crowd. A lot of people are going home empty-handed. They are not catching the initial pass. They've fumbled the bag here.
Hey, that's not the easiest ball to catch. This isn't Corey Webster dishing dimes.
No, true.
They're getting chucked.
I've been spoiled by watching Corey Webster pass the ball. You're right.
And now the Giants inbound the ball. Kobe Langley with those 2 fouls has checked back in the ball game. A good move, I think, by Mike Fitchett.
I love this matchup. They put the longer, stronger Ruben Tarangi on him. Just gives them a... He's a defensive specialist, is Ruben Tarangi. You talk about him sacrificing his offensive game. He never shirks the defensive responsibilities.
Let this play finish up, but I'll add to that point.
Fotu stepping through. No whistle.
Pablo bringing it down, but taking Tarangi and putting him on Langley as Vodanovic lets it fly.
Oh,
drains it.
Vodanovic giving it the stink face as well.
You know I'm a shooter, but this also puts Corey Webster on Alex McNaught, which is a lesser offensive threat, so he doesn't have to expend quite as much energy when he's not coming off almost.
And underneath, Corey Webster's called for the foul. They don't like the demonstrative clap.
These are men playing a game that they're into. You have to let them react emotionally. I understand disrespect, I understand hammering home a point, but a reaction is a reaction. Like, the conversation is a different thing, and what special words are mentioned as well. But when the guy's just upset about something, you gotta let him be a little upset.
McNaught misses the first.
Alex McNaught hit that tough runner. But other than that, 1 for 2 from the field, and now 1 for 3 from the strike.
Makes the second. Tuatara lead is 11. Greeter's back in the game. He had a long rest as well, did Dan Greeter?
Oh, just a backdoor cut.
Damn, that is quick from Corey Webster. And Alex McNaught knows he was beaten.
Well, he's just so concerned about coming off the on ball, how he just got beat. But Corey Webster's playing him like a string right now.
Oh, Weber and Langley connect above the rim.
I don't know. I think he stole points. That looked like a layup.
That did look like a layup. It looked like it was above the cylinder.
But take the assist, because Akuba is long and bouncy on that finish there to keep it to 11. Oh, that's rangy, though.
Vodanovic again. It's Akuba who cleans it up, and now Greeter coming the other way.
Really important for Akuba to control the defensive glass. He's got to have a big game there.
And we've
shot
got
clock's out.
At one end, at that end.
Oh, this is going to be a delay, because that shot clock has had some issues so far this season.
Has it been that one? I thought it was the other one.
They might have swapped them around.
Oh, no. What we did have was we had somebody up on a chair with a stick poking the plug.
Hopefully somebody can replug that one in. Somebody has to reach up on the clock there. They're trying to see if they can, what they can do. I'm not sure where the issue lies.
It's back.
All right, but let's take a look at some star-studded replay here. Oh, what a beautiful play. Pass or no pass, it's an assist. Look at, comes off there. Oh, that's an assist. When you see it from that angle, really nicely laid up. Luka-esque.
Good odds offshore. The plug on the wall for the shot clock and the game clock came out when someone grabbed the rim.
All right. So we heard that from Ryan Jones. You might have heard it at home. Official Ryan Jones letting us know that somebody pulled the plug out of the wall.
No, it was when I think it was in that Akuba dunk.
On the Akuba dunk.
And he dunked it so hard it yanked the extension cord that leads to the.
That's powerful.
The plug. That's classic NBL right there.
Oh, Langley's feeling it.
Langley with a 3.
Kobe Langley is feeling it. He's been aggressive offensively. He has those 2 fouls, so he's got to be careful. but he is now up to double figures with 12 at 5 for 8 from the field.
Lowen Webster, 8 to shoot. Here comes Webster. Rob Lowe with a drop-off pass to Ruben Tarangi. Rob Lowe, the creator.
He's smiling to himself about that one. He could have been in trouble once he left his feet, but Ruben Tarangi, right place, right time for the finish.
Langley, short on that one. Tarangi has it.
Oh.
Greeter, it was poked away by McNaught, was it?
I actually think that Tarangi might have just lost that one on the crossover.
Maybe. Vodanovic, like a charging bull. He'll head to the Chemist Warehouse line to shoot too.
Man, the pace is quickened here in the second quarter.
Kobe Langley, Casey, he hit one and then he missed one from deep. He's a 27% three-point shooter. They are not a great three-point shooting team. They are second to last in percentage at 29.2%. But if Kobe Langley, even though he missed the latest attempt,
2 for 3 from behind the arc right now, Kobe Langley is. So
that's a good sign for Mike Fitchett and the Giants.
But the most important thing I think about three-point shots for Langley is it sets up his driving ability. He's so quick. If you got to stay so tight with him on the perimeter, that's going to create so much more for this Nelson Giants offense when he gets penetration with either the finish, those lobs to Akuba, or those kickouts. But overall, the Giants don't have a lot of perimeter threats. So any bucket that drops from deep helps the geometry of the court, gives him a little bit more space to operate.
10-point lead for the Tuatara. Kobe Langley with the ball. Inside to Akwuba. Akwuba gets the roll.
No, I like it. Rob Lowe out of the game. Let's attack. Let's go right inside. And Alex McNaught, he's still there, making Corey Webster work. He's got to continue to do that.
He's done well there, McNaught. Here comes 4-2, and it's too long. Alex McNaught stuck with it, trying to fight through that screen and disrupted the play, but unfortunately, the transition game letting down the Giants.
And that's 2 blown attempts on a fast break. We had the lob play that was misinterpreted by Akuba earlier. That was a turnover. This one, if it's a well-delivered pass, that's another bucket. So that's 4 points that the Giants have left wanting in a game where they are going to need as many buckets as possible.
4 turnovers, just 3 for the Tuatara rather, and then for the Giants. It is 5 now on the turnovers. Rather 4, excuse me. It will be Tuatara ball. Timeout here at Eventfinda Stadium. Just 3 offensive rebounds in this game overall, 1 for the Giants. Both teams taking care of the defensive glass.
And both teams finding some efficiency, over 50% from the field now. And over 40% from 3. But the volume's what's going to catch up with the Giants. The Tuatara, 5 for 11. The Giants, 2 for 5 from behind the 3-point arc. And unless the Giants can find ways to limit the Tuatara from deep, that lack of volume that they get from behind the line is going to affect them in the long run of this ball game.
Charlie Dalton out there for the Tuatara, number 13. No Rob Lowe. Extend the pressure to the Giants. It's 4-2. Looking for a switch with Vodanovic as McNaught.
Mismatch. What does Ruben Tarangi want to do with it?
That length of Akuba and the athleticism got the ball out of his hands. Vodanovic pulling up. Desperation. 3! It rattles down!
I thought that was a good day from Alex McNaught. Vodanovic thought it was a foul, but that didn't deter him from hitting that deep jumper. Finding his range from deep yet again. Vodanovic now with 11.
Into Akuba, attacking the shorter lineup without Lowe. Can't get that to go down, but it falls to McNaught, so they get a fresh 14. So the Giants, that's their second offensive rebound as Akuba has a mismatch. And he attacks it and gets it to go in on the glass.
Right. Just took his time that second. opportunity. Normally when a guy gets a second chance from the same spot, he makes a much better meal of it.
Rob Lowe wants to check in the game as Webster. Vidanovic gets that in.
Excellent work off ball by Tommy D there. He gets that mismatch, worked really hard to post, then worked hard to get around to give himself that opportunity because of the size mismatch he had with Alex McNaught trying to guard him down low.
Koiba looking to face up. He's going to back him down.
He doesn't want to face up. He wants to get to that hook shot.
Langley chased off that three-point line. Fotu with 2 to shoot. Langley takes another 3. Good defense from the Tuatara and box out from Tarangi.
You mentioned Langley, not a knockout shooter from deep. Tuatara don't mind that shot from him late in the clock with a hand challenging it. They would probably prefer it to the drive.
Webster gets the roll.
What a difference a quarter makes. 0 for 4 to start, but he's up to 8 points now.
Koiba's slow to get up. Thought he might have hurt his leg there. He's got his calf muscle under a sleeve there. Langley uses the switch. 4 to shoot. Another 3. Again, the Tuatara get a stop. And that's
that should be Tuatara ball. And that is going to be Giants ball. I think it's going to stay here.
I think it is.
Looks like Charlie Dalton got that one last season.
Vidanovic and Tarangi take a seat. Low and Iuli in the game.
Well, these second chance opportunities, huge for the Giants. They need to start taking advantage of all these little buckets that are going their way.
Langley spinning, gets the N1.
He just sized up young Charlie Dalton, hit him with the gas pedal going to the left, and then using that lightning quickness to get spun. Look how he turns him around there, turns him twice. Charlie Dalton overcommits to that first drive, and that enabled that spin move to work as envisioned. The bucket, the foul, the chance for 3 from the Chemist Warehouse strike.
Kobe Langley's got 15 in the half. Under 3 to go.
The only minutes he's missed is because of the foul trouble. Otherwise, he wouldn't have come out of the game, and this one might be a little bit closer.
Dalton.
Nice pass, Iuli.
Iuli can't get the offensive rebound off the Dalton miss. Fotu, quick rip through, but Lowe was there. Dempster for 3.
Beautiful ball movement. Nice job by Cam Glidden to get that rebound outside of his cylinder, really track that one down.
He really read that play beautifully. It's Lowe. Good help defense, and one. No, it's waved off.
On the floor.
Alex McNaught is down. He might have just eaten something
right in the throat, it looks like.
On Rob Lowe's body there. And it could be an elbow to his throat, because that's where he's clutching it.
Oh, that right into the Adam's apple there.
Yeah.
That guide arm. Rob Lowe, fortunate that one wasn't seen. If we had NBA replays, that would be an offensive foul.
So it will be Tuatara ball with a 10-point lead coming up on 2 minutes to go. Knocked away by Dempster. Good defense. The drive was deep from Lowe on the baseline.
Doing a nice job with Akubo on the bench of limiting Rob Lowe's effectiveness.
Langley. Ooh. Dempster.
Sammy D can't find the range. As Kobe Langley has the quick crossover, but not getting a lot of space created off of it.
Iuli trying to get around the vet, and he does. Brandon Iuli. And a timeout, Mike Fitchett and the Giants.
I mean, it's these midseason pickups of Iuli and Charlie Dalton have completely changed the face of what this Tuatara lineup is. These are two guys playing big minutes and with big skill set. Look at this strong finish on Sam Dempster. That's not bad defense, but the way he pushed him off the line and was still able to get that finish with the kiss off the glass, it shows that how much work he's been putting into that mid-range game, that in-between game that's so important for scorers such as himself.
For the Tuatara, Vodanovic has got 13, Lowe's got 10, Corey Webster's got 8, Gladden's got 7, and Tarangi's got 6.
On the assist, Corey Webster with 4, Rob Lowe with 4 as well. Just one other assist, that's for Ruben Tarangi. That's all 9 assists in the game for the Tuatara. Kobe Langley with that 15, no other Nelson Giant more than 8, and that's Theo Akuba. He's also got 3 rebounds in the block shot. Nice to see him producing well. 4 for 5 from the field, Akuba. Important for him to stay at this level of efficiency, but despite the Giants not playing poorly, they're down 12 with 1:35, and are going to be going into halftime searching for some solutions to some very complex equations that the Tuatara are putting forth.
Well, they need to sort out how they read that defense of the Tuatara at the moment. Some late shot clock threes going down with hands in their faces. They're 2 of 9 from downtown, the Giants. And they have 5 assists on 15 made field goals. Their assist percentage is 49%. Around about mid-table, 5th in the league for assist percentage, but the ball isn't working for them at the moment in the half-court set.
Let's see if they can't attack this defense in a different way. Right now, they're just trying to hammer away at it.
Mismatch. Langley felt the contact from Vodanovic.
Such a quick move, really explosive, Langley. And with finding a little bit of success from deep, Vodanovic has to be up on his toes, and he picks up his second personal foul as he can't close that baseline. He's going to get a little bit of a break to make sure he doesn't pick up number 3 in this last minute.
77 seconds to go. Lead is 12. Langley again misses the 3. Early with the ball. Player timeouts available for both teams here. 60 seconds to go. 11 on the shot clock. Iuli. Tarangi with a rebound. Timed it beautifully. Fresh 14. Iuli attacking. And one. Brady Iuli. His first half has been impressive.
Strong. Look at the explosiveness with which he cut. Not the finish, but the cut. Really picked up a lot of momentum. And that made any contact really have no effect as Ingham tries to help out and just gets in the wrong spot on the train. Tracks when the train's coming through, hits him, the finish, and a chance for 3 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Mid-season pickup, misses that. It's got 6 points in the half.
Oh, violation on Iuli. Well, good news is that means it's not a miss. So he takes away the missed free throw. And
honestly, what are we doing? Come on.
Violation.
You can't call a violation on that.
Well, you're not a stickler for the rules, Moles.
No, leave it alone. I don't need this on a Friday night. What are we doing? Langley with the ball. It's for 2. Ah, easy. Oh!
Snap it.
Braden Iuli with the block.
Yeah,
it
but
counts.
that counts.
It's goaltending, but Brady Iuli coming from the weak side.
If Brady Iuli, shot blocker. Tommy V checks back in the ball game for the final, what could be the final possession. Take another look at it. Nice pass here. Fotu comes in. That's off the bounce. That's straight off the vert. Brady Iuli. Where'd you get athletics, son? You went to the States, and now you got a bit more bounce.
And looking to trap Webster at midcourt. Greeter and Dempster.
Garoppolo calling the player timeout now. This is how a veteran team uses the player timeout. You want to know why they don't call it down there? Because that would have given the Giants a shot. They let the shot clock or the game clock get underneath 14 seconds, call the player timeout, and now they will take the final possession of the quarter and the half.
That's what you want to see from teams with these kind of resources available to them.
Take another look. Oh, great angle for the block from here. Newly.
I don't know, man. That looked like that was
out of here.
That was going on the way up, surely. Just before the peak.
Pretty close to the peak. I would have liked to have seen let it slide.
Oh, Langley gets the strip. Langley with the left hand.
And there's where the player timeout backfires. Oh, offensive foul, Ruben Tarangi.
Kobe Langley.
Or is that on Kobe Langley? Or that is on Ruben Tarangi.
On Ruben Tarangi.
And that is the fourth personal. That's unsportsmanlike. That's 2 free throws.
He just barreled right into him. Watch this.
Well, barreled right into him because he's standing in the way of the ball. So, look, I don't like that call, personally. You know, he made the layup, and he purposefully got in between the ball and the player to make it more difficult to pick up. To me, you get what you get when you're coming through. Unfortunately for Ruben Tarangi, the call has been made, and I understand wanting to take some of that contact out of the game, but that's not the game I like. So they're going to put some time back on the clock as well. There's going to be about 1 second.
A little bit of drama before halftime here.
Well, it really changes the face of this ball game. I mean, the Tuatara up 12 with possession, looking to go up 14, up 15. Instead, now they're down. They're only up 10, and in a moment, after these free throws, it's going to be less than that. Kobe Langley, 2 free throws, and if they can hit a desperation 3, that could be a 7-point play.
Certainly could be. Langley at the line is a 65% foul shooter. 1 for 2 tonight. Okay, 2 for 3 from the Chemist Warehouse line.
A good thing they're not calling violations because he crossed the line early there as well.
Well, you've got to, I mean, what are we doing?
Playing basketball on a Friday night, Moles.
We're not calling line violations at either end. That's not fair. Makes the second.
So 2 big free throws there, down to 8. And remember, the Giants had a little fake handoff play that they ran in the Rapid League. Let's see if it's similar to this one.
This is going to be something very special here at the Eventfinda Stadium.
They use their player timeout. So with 0.2 of a second, what are they going to get on the rim with Noah Kuba in the game? You can't sub in on a player timeout.
Couldn't they just have talked about this in the last 40 seconds?
Well, Langley wasn't in there. He was shooting the foul shots, I guess.
Okay. So Tom Ingham, he's describing the play. Sam Dempster, Dan Greta, Fotu, all looking along and
how many
on
teams
the same page.
You played in that had a play for a tip with a short clock like this?
I mean, all the good ones.
How many of those were you on?
I mean, look, good teams practice this daily. They come to the end of practice and say, we're playing situational basketball now. So there's certainly a couple in there, but it's up to the players to remember it right now, not to the coaching staff who really have it all in there. Oh, Sam Dempster open, he's got it.
And that is waved off. You cannot turn and shoot with 0.2 on the clock. They clogged up the lane for the Dan Fotu catch. And drama late in the first half here at Eventfinda Stadium as the teams walk off. And Casey Frank's trying to wrangle someone from the Tuatara to come and talk to them. And he's managed to convince his former teammate Corey Webster, who is with Casey Franks.
Well, Corey, interesting finish to that half there. Does that change the momentum for you guys at all? Because you had really found quite the rhythm coming down the stretch of that half.
I mean, it changed the rhythm then. It's half time now, so we go back to 0-0, start the half off right, play basketball how we want to play.
In a game like this, that's pretty physical, it's starting to get called pretty tightly. We've seen a couple of unsportsmanlike fouls in that half. Is that going to change the way you guys play, or is it just something that you're going to play normally and get through it?
I mean, we just have to adjust to the refs. You know, it's a different thing every game, so we got to make the adjustments as players and do our best to stay within the rules of the game.
Well said, Corey. Appreciate your time, bro.
50-42, a diplomat is Corey Webster. We'll be back after the break to have a look at the numbers for you here at Eventfinda Stadium.
signed by each of our VIPs here. Now VIPs, as a sign of respect, you may now return to your seats. All here, right with each here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our VIPs tonight. Lee Jones,
Copy.
Dylan Belcher, and Sonny John. Each lion trying to get up on the hook. Trying to get that red pop.
Welcome back to Eventfinda Stadium. It's the Tuatara and the Giants. And it's a giant dragon performs at halftime here on the floor at Eventfinda Stadium. And Casey Frank, drama late in this game of the first half. But it is the Tuatara who look like they're in control. 50 points at halftime, but Kobe Langley, 19 of their 42 for the Giants.
I mean, explosive at all times. He's really making a difference with his ball pressure and weight. He's leading as a floor general, but obviously as a scorer, it'd be a vastly different game without him. Vodanovic Lowe, both in double figures. Corey Webster got hot in that last 10 minutes as well. Look at the rebounds. Cam Glidden leading the way, but overall it's a 22-16 advantage for the Tuatara, doing a bit more damage in that area. Kuba and Greta trying to carry that load. Looking to the assist. Webster, Lowe, 4 apiece. Ruben Tarangi, a couple as well. 10 assists to 6 for the Giants. Alex Manal leading the way. Robbie Lowe, as always, up there in the blocking category. Dempster. Sam Dempster's got a block in this game. And Theo Kuba as well. A couple of steals for McNaught and Kobe Langley, including that big one right before the half that made this a much more catchable lead than it looked like right before that whistle blew.
The Nelson Giants and Dan Greta, he's 3 of 5. Just 7 halftime points for Dan Greta. It felt like he sat for a long time through that second quarter as well. He and Dan Futu, they match up pretty well with the Tuatara, but they're looking towards getting Dan Greta involved more. I mean, he's top 10 in scoring in the league.
Well, Dan Greta under 14 minutes. And we've seen on some of the doubleheader weekend for the Giants, them limit the minutes of Dan Greta in that first game. And when you're looking at these 2 games, you know, possibly is Mike Fitchett making a decision about, well, we have to try and win both, so we're not going to just sell Dan Greta out in its entirety in this first one. But this is a winnable ball game, and if they could upset the Tuatara for the second time this season, that would really go a long ways towards helping them secure a little bit of footing for a postseason berth.
We'll take a break here at Eventfinda Stadium, and we'll be back after it with your third quarter. It's the Tuatara leading the Giants by 8, 50-42.
Yes, Robbie. It's Robbie Reese-Daly.
It's who?
It's Robbie Reese-Daly. He's my Superman. And he's a postman.
That was a good sell. How good. Now that's available for 2 per week at the Albany store. That'll keep you nice and hydrated throughout the winter and all the way through to this time next year. Well done to Robbie, and thanks once again. The amazing halftime show brought to you by Uchati.
Welcome back. No mai haere mai. It is a 50-42 game. Second half about to get underway in a couple of minutes' time. This Tuatara team, they were in control until the last minute. And they had a lead of 14 at one point in that second quarter.
That was 50-36 with 45 seconds left, Moles.
There you go.
50-36 and six points in that last 45. That's Reggie Miller-esque.
It certainly is.
Esque. Not quite the same level. But no change in the poll.
Well, that 14 plus has crept up.
Yeah.
And when there was a lead of 14, you imagine that the Tuatara fans were thinking, even the neutral fans were thinking, maybe that's when the lead is going to start to blow out.
Even those with some extra fiduciary interest in the game.
Those also would take a factor into that one as well. But at the moment, it's going to be the Tuatara who are taking this 8-point lead. And the Giants have done well to bite into it in that final minute of the second half. You can always use that QR code or go to mixandpick.com and get through the voting mechanism that way. It's a beautiful app to use, by the way. It makes it a lot of fun.
Very smooth. There's a lot of little tidbits in there.
Yeah.
You can actually see some articles, some podcasts, some of the great coverage that's going on across the league.
The Ramble from Christchurch, Canterbury for the Rams. The
Just mentioned the Ramble?
GIS.
I was going to say, if you don't mention these podcasts, he's gonna be upset in that Sal's Pizzeria right now.
Oh, Hugh, I apologize. Hugh Bain and Phil Jones and the Giants podcast.
We need some more team podcasts. We need
the Tuatara could have the Dinos.
Yeah, I like the Dinos Den.
Yeah, the Dino Den.
We got
the Pearly Gates with the Saints.
the Nuggets. We could be mining for nuggets.
Man, yeah, fantastic.
The content writes itself. Well, an 8-point lead here. Tuatara not playing with the most pace in this game. I wonder if maybe the Giants can find a way to just speed things up a bit. Tuatara so composed, so comfortable in the half court. But with Kobe Langley, with Alex McNaught out there, if they could just start getting a little bit of pace and trying some advantage. Of course, it's a dangerous game to play with the Tuatara, because while they do prefer to play a little bit slower, they're pretty good at all speeds.
Underway, Giants ball. McNaught with Fotu. Here's Greeter. What say will he have in the second half? Fotu finds a Kluber down low. Manages to save it. Corey Webster flicks it back in, gets it back. After he re-established himself on the floor.
And mismatch down low. I think they want to get to Tarangi there. Go right at Langley with his 2 fouls.
Well, even that's too high for Rob Lowe. They survived that one, the Giants.
Yeah, I love the unselfishness from moving Tarangi, but anytime I'm him and I've got Kobe Langley in the post, I'm going to try and make him pick up that foul. You know he doesn't want to get it, so you're more than likely going to get a great look.
Here's Fotu.
Good contest. Might have been some contact there. Fotu doesn't get the benefit of the doubt.
Looked like he got hit on the arm. In front of Dan's parents, I believe, as well, on the baseline. Langley gets the rebound.
Nice challenge there by Theo Kluber. That's Corey Webster's bread and butter, but he made it difficult.
Knocked away, and it falls to McNaught. Langley, plenty of time left. And now it's Greeter. Greeter's foul on the drive. Glidden with the foul there.
Cam Glidden disagreeing with the call, but the disagreement seems to be pretty standard for everybody today. We'll take another look at it. Nice handoff, Greeter downhill. Clean up high, bit of body. But Dan Greeter looking to get himself re-involved in this ball game, as you mentioned at halftime. A lot of sitting for Greeter, just under 14 minutes total in that first half. Drains them both from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. And the full court pressure once again from Nelson, which they're still hoping will take its toll throughout the entirety of the 40 minutes.
Just a couple of game minutes ago, it was a 14-point lead as Corey Webster lost the handle. McNaught does the great defense on Corey Webster's dribble there. Langley's 3 is short. Greeter's in the middle, gets it to drop, and now the Giants are within 4 points of the Tuatara.
The Tuatara had a grip on this game. The Giants had no chance, but they are well and truly in it now. Alex McNaught still making things difficult for Corey Webster. That's all you can ask somebody to do.
He's done it again. And another turnover by Webster. Greeter the other way. Oh, that falls out.
That's a crusher. I'd like to see Corey Webster work more off the on ball. Right now, it's just a bit hard for him to find that freedom.
Langley.
Oh my! Illegal screen on Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe's called for it.
They're gonna.
Thought it might have been called on Langley, but Rob Lowe has been adjudged to be moving or stepping out of his cylinder, hip checking perhaps. But Rob Lowe was asking what he did wrong.
It looked like a good screen live. Didn't see anything untoward, but they are a long ways away from us. Might have a better look closer.
It's just his first.
That little elbow slips off afterwards, and that's unfortunate for him. That's looks like a foul. That's why he gets it.
Langley, Ruben Tarangi is doing a terrific job when he's matched up on him, and it's most possessions.
So much strength. Tough for Langley to make any headway against him as Corey Webster spins into trouble with the Kluber there.
McNaught going the other way. It is Alex McNaught's game at the moment. He's done everything right in this third quarter.
Where's the offense for the Tuatara? The ball's not zipping around. It's one guy touching it and then a turnover. We're not seeing that ball movement that was where the Tuatara were able to get their lead up.
Vodanovic, he goes for three. He's hit. Tom Vodanovic hit as he hit the three. Fotu's called for it.
Woo, that is pure. Tommy V from deep.
I'll be honest.
Net.
Tom Vodanovic has never shied away from shooting the three ball, but the confidence that comes from consistently hitting it, it's not as flat as it used to be, the release. He's obviously worked on the mechanics of it.
Didn't look like a lot of contact there, but he is now 4 for 5 from behind the three-point arc. And he's out to 17 points with that 4-point play. He loved the 4-point play in the showdown back in the day. That's the first time I really saw him with that jump shot on his return from the States. He's gotten even better.
Upstairs to Akuba. Tried to catch it and dunk it, but he just mistimed it. Here's Fotu. The runner, Akuba again.
Well, Nelson's just outworking the Tuatara right now. You know, Akuba's in there by himself. There's multiple guys. Look at the hustle. They are not giving up an inch. And the Tuatara are not responding well to the pressure.
Oh, Dan Greta just fired it straight out of bounds.
Well, thankfully that was a little bit higher than the heads in the first row because they were not expecting it to come their way.
That lady did a great job, and it's a timeout, Aaron Young and the Tuatara. They might have a 6-point lead here, but it is ragged. This is arguably the most unsettled you'll see the Tuatara of late. Well, the lead is actually 4.
It's all starting with the defense at the point of attack. Alex McNaught, Kobe Langley, whoever's bringing that ball up the court, we're seeing full court defense making those guys turn and turn. And where the Tuatara are starting their offense in the second half is well beyond the three-point line. They're not getting those deep catches. I would like to see them attack a little bit more in the post. They become pretty happy with those jump shots. They're not trying to create as much offense as they were earlier off the dribble with that penetration here in the first few minutes of the second half. The pace is slowed for the Tuatara. It's quickened for the Giants. Playing great basketball right now on both ends. The Giants just doing enough to make it really gummy for the Tuatara. And I'm looking forward to seeing what this response is out of the timeout.
Disjointed, ruffled, unsettled by calls going against them. Pressure with the on-ball from Alex McNaught has been terrific. And it is the Tuatara with a tenuous 4-point lead in the third quarter.
And look at this. The Giants looking like they're going to come out in a little bit of a 2-3. I like the changeup.
Early in the game for the Tuatara out of this timeout. Vodanovic and Tarangi, Glidden, Lowe. And the recent addition, Braden Iuli, played for the Bulls, played for the Tuatara as well. Vodanovic muscling his way in. There are a few players in the league who can stop that strength.
Well, nice play call against the zone. Tom Vodanovic gets the mismatch down low against Greta. Just too strong for him in the post.
And an offensive foul. And it's not. That's what Rob Lowe wants it called as, and it's going to be a foul on Ruben Tarangi, and that's his third.
Oh, is that Ruben Tarangi? I thought that was going to be Tom Vodanovic in his third, but instead it's Ruben Tarangi's third.
And there is the offensive foul going the other way on the Akuba screen. And somebody from the Tuatara bench said thank you.
Well, they're calling those screens tight. So the screeners are going to have to adjust. Can't get those chickens wings out. They have to be very still and immobile when that contact's made. And wait for that guy to get off before you roll.
Vodanovic and Fotu bumping. And it's going to be called on Dan Fotu this time.
Well, D Fotu's, he's thinking like, well, if you're going to call the bump early on Vodanovic, then I won't keep on bumping. But that's the kind of game I'm playing. I'm trying to get into it. But Those are two young men who do not shy away from physicality. What did Dan Fotu do there? I mean, he just looks like he just took an elbow from Tommy V in the chest. Didn't see if maybe he whacked the ball away.
Bogdanovic gets the roll on the first one.
Down to 2, 5 straight points. About to make it 6 if Bogdanovic can hit this one.
He's got 20. 21 now. 8-point lead.
He's got 21 and pretty much all the points in this half for the Tuatara. I think it is all the points. 8 points, all his.
Whistle and a travel.
Dan Greta thought he had the N1 jump shot. Instead, the turnover. And the Tuatara finding a way to ebb and flow this, the lead back to 8. And they could score 8 straight here, or maybe 9 straight if they hit a triple to reach this lead back out of touch distance of the Giants.
It's basically defensive pressure that has led to the Giants being in this game, as opposed to their offense is a heat check shot. And what? Did that go over the top of the backboard, not touch anything? And Rob Lowe catches it and puts it in.
And Akuba thought it was out just because it went over, but it is not.
And there's Kobe Langley off the bounce.
Nice left hand coming off. It's a good challenge by Rob Lowe, but the speed of Langley gets him there.
Glidden, nothing but net from the corner.
And the pace once again is quickened. An 11-point lead for the Tuatara. This offense explodes with a moment's notice. Ingham with a nice look in the mid-range. Rob Lowe, solid box out. Akuba picks up another foul.
And that's foul number 4 on Theo Akuba. Here comes Sam Dempster and Dan Greta.
Well, Akuba going out certainly affects the size, but the Giants have shown today that they're probably a little bit better off when they're going with the quicker lineup. I've always thought that as the big guys, those guys up near 7 foot, it's a struggle when you got a strong guy who can get you off your block in the box. And Sam Dempster probably matches up better on the perimeter.
Unfortunately, it falls to Rob Lowe for Sam Dempster, who might have copped an elbow there. Greta crashes the glass. Here's Greta into the chest of Lowe.
Good defense, Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe. Oh, no.
Gets to it.
He's down. Sam Dempster's down, but they both get back up.
Really showing off the handle.
Uli falls. Brady Uli.
Dan Fotu says no.
Dan Fotu got up there with the block, and Greta kisses the glass.
That's going to be a delay game warning on the Giants for grabbing that ball out. How unbelievable timing from Dan Fotu. Brady Uli went up there with ill intent. Take another look at it, explodes to the rim, and Fotu, bang, pips him at the post.
Uli with the ball.
Tuatara still struggling with this full court pressure, disrupting their offense. It's 10 seconds, haven't really gotten engaged yet.
Rob Lowe for 3. And Sam Dempster can just throw his head back in disgust.
And it doesn't matter that you don't get into your offense fast when Rob Lowe is there. Just pop it out, catching and shooting. I did mention that Sam Dempster probably might bother him in the low post. Where he doesn't bother him is on the perimeter, where a fully extended Sam Dempster just doesn't have a look. Take another look at it. Rob Lowe pops high. Sam Dempster with the late challenge. Too late, mate. 3 for Rob Lowe.
Dempster on the glass. And is it going to be a foul on Uli?
I think that's Uli underneath.
Yeah, number 1. That is him. So no Lowe out there. And Dalton and Webster check in. Small lineup. As Tarangi sits as well. So they can go small with a Akuba with those 4 fouls.
I mean, Fotu certainly got the strength, and he played a lot of center in this first half of the season when they were waiting for Akuba to finish in Finland. Sam Dempster certainly comfortable in the power forward spot, but This is a chance for the Tuatara to enforce their size on him. Rob Lowe out of the game, so it makes it a little bit harder.
Dalton. The Giants certainly love a half-court trap with that ball there. Glidden's jumper is off. Here comes Langley. Operating against Glidden. Switch with Dalton. Langley going downhill. Defense from Dalton, 4-2 for 3.
Good rebound, Corey Webster. Keeping Sam Dempsters from grabbing possession.
Webster off the bounce, long rebounds falling to Glidden. Tommy V passed up a 3 opportunity. Count it. And it counts. Braden Auli is having a game here. That's 8 points for him, and he'll head to the line.
What a pickup for the Tuatara. I mean, he was a solid player for them a couple of years ago, but he looks like a key piece now. Dan Fotu, I mean, he wore that, but he wasn't in defensive position. So certainly all the contact created by Brady Auli. But because Fotu wasn't in the proper defensive stance and legal guarding position, he picks up his 3rd personal foul. And they bring Theo Akuba back into the ball game, rolling the dice with him, considering his foul trouble.
Auli gives them a 13-point lead. 2:48 to go on the 3rd timeout. Nelson Giants.
Wasn't it just 2?
I think it was, Casey.
Wasn't it just 2 like 4 minutes ago?
That Akuba 4th foul really changed the complexion of both ends of the floor for the Giants.
The ebb and flow of this game.
But having the ability, they've added Charlie Dalton, they've added Braden Auli. They've just risen that rotation up a little bit, with no disrespect to the guys on the bench there for the Tuatara. They've had the ability to get more aggressive offensive players. A little bit more size, a little bit more quickness.
Yeah, I think quickness certainly. Really like what Brady Auli showing, and they were so comfortable with Charlie Dalton last year in that run to the finals. He started the majority of the season as a very young player and made such a leap throughout the season, but he even looks much more confident, much more complete player than he was a year ago after his college experience. Brady Auli seems to have had the same effect. And so a lot of those guys who were playing minutes early in the year, guys like Tukaha Cooper, Nick Barrow, now they're relegated a little bit further down the bench.
Well, I'm sure that they'll be used when the Tall Blacks are away through rounds 13, 14 and 15. We've got 3 Tall Blacks in that starting 5 who are selected for the Olympic qualifying tournament, with games to come before that as well. Pero Cameron asking the services of Tarangi and Webster and Tom Vodanovic.
And if that's only if they lose there. If they win at the Olympic qualifying tournament, they're going to miss the end of the season too.
Yeah, the Sal's NBL final is a Sunday afternoon, the first weekend of the Olympics. It's the 28th of July, scheduled in for the championship game on the top seeds floor as well.
Good pressure, Dan Greta. Once again, Nelson picking up that pressure.
Oh, Ruben Tarangi behind the back and in.
That's attack pressure with aggressiveness. Go right at them, make it difficult. And Charlie Dalton giving Kobe Langley a bit of his own medicine in the full court.
Langley to Akuba. Back into the game and gets that bucket in.
Beautifully delivered pass by Langley there, right in the pocket. Akuba, all he has to do is go up and finish.
Webster's 3 on the way.
Nice gang rebound there, multiple players coming in. Dan Greta ends up with it.
Langley touching the paint. And that rebound is Rob Lowe's.
Akuba has to be careful. Almost came over the back there. He's got 4 fouls. Can't afford a cheap one. Corey Webster not finding the range these last couple of jump shots.
And he fouls Dan Greta there. Corey Webster fits in spurts tonight. He's just taken out of his rhythm a little bit by the Giants. And he picks up that personal foul. That's number 3 on Corey Webster.
I mean, a really good game plan from Nelson. Just making it difficult for him. That's the 5th personal foul in the quarter for the Tuatara. 5 on Nelson as well, so free throws the rest of this minute 24 here in the third. 11-point lead. Can Greta cut it to single digits? Looks good on the first.
Webster is 4 for 14, 8 points for him, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 5 turnovers. Corey Webster.
Hasn't had an assist since halftime. We got lead in the league in assist percentage coming into this round.
Averages over 8 assists a game. Rob Lowe felt the contact, can't get the bounce.
Just puts the head down and says, you know what, I'm not going to let you stop me from going where I want to go today, Sam Dempster.
2 shots coming up at the Chemist Warehouse foul line as the Giants are also in the bonus.
To the line we go.
Sam Dempster trying to say I'm playing solid defense. A lot of contact. From our angle, difficult to say. I mean, you see the contact. Not a lot Sam Dempster can do on that one as Rob Lowe rattles it home. Back to 10 goes the lead.
Makes both. A minute 13 to go in this third quarter. Langley with the ball. Here comes Langley. Gets his rebound as Akuba kept that play alive.
Doing a nice job on the glass today, has Akuba.
Oh, he's fired it to Akuba, who regathers. And that left-hand hook is nice.
Playing with great efficiency today. He's up to 14 points now, but he's really staying within himself.
Vodanovic.
You see the great offense for a few plays, and then those quick shots just open the door for the Giants to keep coming back in.
Greta misses.
Tuatara looking for the final shot of the quarter.
It's around about 2-second differential. Maybe a little bit more than that. Down to 12 now with Tarangi. Vodanovic, that angle is tough as Vodanovic tried to get possession. He might have tweaked something there, Tom Vodanovic. As Charlie Dalton comes in the game. Corey Webster sits.
Well, 7 seconds left here in the quarter. Tons of time for Kobe Langley to get ahead of steam. I want to be up there. Yeah, that's a much better job by Tommy B there. But now he's got the time to get to half court and decide what he wants to do.
Here's Dempster. Cam Gladden. Great defense from him. He knew exactly what was going to happen in three-quarter time. It's the Tuatara with a 9-point lead, 73-64. Kia ora, welcome back to Eventfinda Stadium. That's the Tuatara 73 third quarter done and dusted. Just 73 points after 3 quarters. That's pretty low for the Tuatara. They average almost 96 points a game. And so the Tuatara here, it's just they've been able to be frustrated by the Giants, who are doing a really good job in transition, forcing the issue on the defensive end, trapping the ball well, taking players out of their rhythm. The 4th quarter underway here. One player who's felt that pressure has been Corey Webster. And he tries to find Ruben Tarangi, and that is a great pass that Ruben Tarangi can't turn into an assist.
But that's a metaphor for the game. Tuatara playing well, but then the Giants doing just enough to make a miss happen there. Tarangi with a great look, can't drop it.
And that ball is fired out of bounds. Ingham tried to grab it.
He did his best to try and stay in bounds.
That was
but
so quick.
He would have to have about 3 inches on Rob Lowe to get his hands on that one.
Bogdanovic.
Is that a foul on Greta?
I think it's going to be.
Yeah.
It is a foul on Dan Greta. Lowe came off that on ball.
Dan Greta, that's just his 2nd personal foul.
Kuba not out there to start this 4th quarter. He's got 4 personal fouls. Rob Lowe is Sam Dempster.
Sniper got Rob Lowe.
Certainly did. Well, Dempster's all over it. Webster over the top. In and out. Rob Lowe with an extra possession. And then
That's the 3rd personal on Dan Greta.
is that another one on him? It is. So that's 3. That's 2 team fouls. Quick succession for not only Dan Greta, but also obviously the Giants as well, with those fouls starting to climb up.
Oh, that's what Rob Lowe does on the offensive glass. Gives you those 2nd chance opportunities. 17 points, 9 rebounds for him now. Closing in on another double-double.
Bogdanovic.
And one.
And one. Not a lot Dan Futu could do on that one. 8-1 right in his chest.
He kind of tweaked something as well.
He did. It looks like he's tweaked an ankle. Tom Bogdanovic checking on him. His Tall Blacks teammate.
Strong move.
That's tough for Dan Futu.
Take another look at it. Just a nice job. He takes that in the chest, but he's not in legal guarding position. And you probably could take that bump and not fall down and wouldn't get a foul on it. But if you want to take that charge, you have to be in that line, even with that, unless that elbow is really obvious and being protruded at you. But Tommy V does a nice job of keeping that shoulder in. And he's just a physical player. That's his game. He's always going to look for that contact. He's always going to try and take things. As we take a look at the MVP voting, Tommy V in your middle of your screen, and at the top of your voting at home with 33%. Got a different opinion? Use that QR code and get in the vote, or just go to the Mix and Pick app. Make some choices there.
Lead is 12. Langley with a mismatch. Goes for 3, in and out.
Got a fast break opportunity if they see it.
Ruben Tarangi couldn't find Lowe. Lowe in the corner, pulls the trigger. Webster with the board, gives it to Lowe. And one. Surely. That's what they wanted there. He got bumped on the arm. But that bucket is good from Rob Lowe.
Last play, Rob Lowe got Corey Webster's offensive rebound and saving possession. And we'll swap it around. Corey Webster cleans up the mess for Rob Lowe that time and gets an assist in the same breath.
For 2. Driving. And a foul.
The reactions need to calm down. The officials are...
Tom Bogdanovic has called for foul number 3 here.
Officials have been sending out some communications to the teams about the chatter between the players and the officials after calls. And the demonstrable reactions are being cut down upon. Fotu, 2 big free throws, needs to drop them, misses the first.
This could be a big opportunity. Dan Futu to the line.
Makes the second.
Splits the pair, but a point of possession is not going to do it unless they can continue to force a lot of turnovers. First win of the season against this Tuatara squad. They forced 18 of them. Not quite up to that level today.
Dancing, Webster. 4-2 rebound. Greta leaks out, 3 Tuatara back there. Here comes Langley running downhill. Oh, he is liquid.
If I'm Aaron Young, I'm calling a timeout because I do not like these possessions, and I don't like that defensive possession either. I want make this Giants team work just a bit more.
Vodanovic. That 3 is good, Tommy V.
Much better offense. Ball goes through multiple hands, guys cutting in different directions, making that defense move and react, and you get an open 3 for it.
Greta, mid-range. Glidden with his 10th rebound.
Rebounding machine.
Dennis Rodman out there.
Rodman-esque. And personality as well. That's
a travel. 6 turnover for Corey Webster. It's been a tough night for Corey. He is atop the MVP leaderboard at the moment, but unfortunately, it's not working for him at the moment. His team's got a 14-point lead. He won't mind that stuff. He's all about the dubs.
Well, he's not in the game MVP choices in this one as Tom Vodanovic has dipped a little bit. Kobe Langley getting some love for what he's been able to pull together. He's got 23 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. Of course, 19 of those points were before the half. So it hasn't had a lot of influence here in the second. Tommy V, 27 points, 5 rebounds and assists right now. Loaded it up, and Rob Lowe coming in third in that rebound or that MVP count with 19 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. A lot of choices out there. I'm going to have to lean Tommy V myself today in today's performance. A hot offense really getting things going. 14 points of difference, 7 minutes to go. Question is, Tuatara just really slow down the pace now because they've been at their best when they've been aggressive. And every time they slow down, the Nelson Giants have found some speed in retaliation of that. So I think it's key for the Tuatara to value the ball and look for good looks, but they cannot step back in terms of aggressiveness because that has been the opportune times when this Giant squad has taken an advantage and crept back into this ball game.
(81-67). Does not feel like a 14-point game, that is for sure. Kobe Langley. What can Langley do? McNaught has been terrific in this game as Alex McNaught finds a Kuba.
Good set.
Great catch. Nice roll, good finish.
A really nice set, a lot of misdirection to get to that point. And without Rob Lowe in the game, so much easier to lob it up to Big Theo Akuba, who's up to 16 points now.
Here's the early.
Langley, great reaction.
Tarangi kicking it out. Early with 2 to go.
That needed to be a jump shot, that last drive. Yeah, wide open to Yuli. Instead, he chooses to drive right into the teeth of Akuba. Good shot dissuader.
McNaught with a spin.
Rebound number 11, Glidden.
Dalton the other way.
It just looked like he got undercut there.
I want the foul on the Tuatara end of the floor.
It's getting hectic out there. Just need to slow the pace a bit, both teams.
And sped down and sped up, rather, I should say, as Aaron Young would love a timeout.
Technical foul
on Mike Fitchett. And that, Mike Fitchett really wanted that one.
Well, he's frustrated. Just get completely pushed off his line, and that's contact that's just allowing to happen. It's right in front of him. Theo Akuba's having the same conversation. He's just pushing me off my screening line. The only thing Fitchett, he said call it loudly.
Several times.
It's a foul. You're not allowed to move guys out of their lane.
Glidden makes that foul shot.
Now, where's the shot clock at? Does this ball come back to the Giants? They've reset the shot clock, though. So what are we getting the shot clock to here?
At 5.
The clock's running right now for some reason as well. I'm not sure why. No officials have seen that.
It doesn't matter because Tom Vodanovic is called for the foul as Alex McNaught.
It's got to be unsportsmanlike. He's got a fast break too. It's a foul from behind. I have no idea why that wouldn't be unsportsmanlike. Clock is still running, by the way. The Tuatara aren't going to say anything about it, but it's lost about 40 seconds here. The clock's still running.
Why is the clock still running?
The clock's run about 45 seconds off here. It's down to 5:09.
It's still running. And it's down to 5:01 now. It is an unsportsmanlike.
Lost about 45 seconds there.
Yeah, about 45.
No one noticed.
Ryan Jones is going to come clean it up. They're going to add 44 seconds on. That's roughly what went down.
That's about right. Well, they actually didn't because they started running it.
Rob Lowe's questioning us.
Rob Lowe doesn't like it.
So the unsportsmanlike.
Our next home match is here next Saturday night.
We've got some help from the replay center. 5:35 from the replay.
Yeah.
Of course, that doesn't include the 10 seconds that ran off when they were inbounding the ball because they let it keep going when they brought it up here.
7:30.
But it's okay. Moles has things to do on a Friday night.
We all do.
I ain't got nothing, man.
After all that, it'll be Tom Vodanovic at the Chemist Warehouse line. And he misses that. And he'll go back for his second one, and it'll be Tuatara ball after this. 14 fouls for the Giants with 5:35 to go.
Well, what can the Giants pull out here? Do they have one last gasp left in them? Fotu and Greta on the bench.
Into low. It's been a great matchup, him and Akuba, and he wins that one.
When you get a deep catch like that with a skilled post player, it's difficult for the best defenders on the planet to do anything about it. Akuba goes for the shot fake. Great footwork, great use of the ball fake as well by Rob Lowe.
Dempster's three. Lowe gets the rebound over Alex McNaught.
Yeah, it's 21 and 10 for him.
Just another night out for Rob Lowe in the Sal's NBL. So Cam Clinton used Rob Lowe to spin himself around there. That's a vet move, isn't it?
That's a great thing to do.
Webster misses that.
Alex McNaught has been in Corey Webster's jockstrap all night long.
Here comes Langley. Scoop shot is good off the bank.
Circus shot, nice touch on display. 25 for Langley.
So pretty. Inside to Vodanovic now. Dempster with the assignment. Vodanovic gets the roll.
He hits a 30-piece. So Tommy V, I like the face up there. Doesn't just try and back him down because Dempster's a strong defender, but uses his quickness and attacking skills instead.
Greta and Fotu at the scorer's table ready to check in. And it's another empty possession for the Giants there. McNaught couldn't get it to drop down. And that's a quick entry into Tarangi. Ingham couldn't do much.
And just like that, it's 18. And I wouldn't be surprised if Mike Fitchett doesn't call the Dans back from that bench soon because they've got another game in a couple of days.
They got the Franklin Bulls to round out round 9 on Sunday night.
Got about 30 seconds here for the Giants to make a run.
They can start with that McNaught bucket.
Wouldn't be surprised to see the Tuatara pick out some of their veterans either.
Oh, Corey Webster gets that.
Easy as you like. Give him that kind of space. He'll knock down that mid-range all day long.
He's finally hit 10 points. Double digits for Corey Webster with 3:08 in the game is a rare thing. Dempster on the cut. Low with a rebound. And it's just fallen apart for Nelson here.
And Giants are going to get a timeout on a make.
Here's Webster getting to the cup. Left hand is good. And the lead is 20, just like that. After that unsportsmanlike foul for the last 3 minutes, it has been all Tuatara.
Mike Fitchett tried to buy a couple of minutes with Dan Greta and Dan Fotu on the bench, and it backfired. Lead stretches out to 20 with 2:49 left. The Giants are going to go for some substitutions here, take out that starting lineup instead of bringing those big guys back in. Bringing in the rapid lead lineup for Tuatara. They're going to keep their lineup as it is. Take a look at that game MVP. Kobe Langley making some moves, getting to the top of the list with his 25.8 rebounds, 6 assists day. Looks like that's where his day is going to finish on the triple-double watch, but won't be able to make it. Tommy V in second position there with 30 points, 5 rebounds. Rob Lowe, 21, 11, and 4. That's good enough for your voting at home to be third. Theo Akuba, nice 16 and 5-point night. Just Nelson focused.
Just the 2 3-pointers from the Nelson Giants tonight, and I believe they came in that at least the first half.
Yeah.
Maybe the first quarter.
Kobe Langley hit them both.
Yeah, in that first quarter.
Yeah, the first quarter, I believe. And
they are 2 for 16.
That is difficult.
And they're going to play a very good defensive team on the perimeter in the Franklin Bulls on Sunday. Minus
but
Brantley, by the way.
A Franklin Bulls team that is last in the competition in three-point lane. So that lack of three-point or weaponry isn't going to hurt them as much in that game.
Hayden Jones is out there. So is Nick Davidson.
Hayden Jones loses the ball trying to get Rob Lowe on skates. Instead, the ball gets a little slippery. The Tuatara come with some mass substitutions here for the final 2 minutes themselves.
Aston Inwood also out there with the 2 Dans. Jones with the rebound. Fotu falling away. Lowe, another rebound. That's 13 now. Here's Rob Lowe driving.
You're not getting the whistle.
Inwood did a great job as he slid down, and then Ruben Talangi fouls to get out of the game.
I've had enough. Let's go.
That's a vet move.
Rob Lowe still a little bit upset about the no call on the other end. Not upset, but questioned it as
Greta checks out and Chamberlain comes in. Fitzgerald, Barrow, Iuli, Takar Cooper, and Charlie Dalton out there now as the game is in its last throes of life.
Nick Davidson sits on the bench.
Nick Davidson,
for 38 minutes, drops a Jimmy.
Came into the game in the first quarter, gave him a couple of minutes. He looked good. He was good in Rapid League too. They had a 10-point win. Charlie Dalton can't corral that. Dan Fotu in front of his parents and his younger brother, still out there for the Giants. It's been a frustrating night for Dan Fotu as shots coming up for Takar Cooper.
That's going to be free throws. 5th personal foul on the Giants this quarter as Dan Fotu checks out of the ball game.
And 5 points, 4 rebounds for Dan Fotu.
Up to the line we had
Well, a solid performance from the Giants, but every time they took that step forward, the Tuatara would just push them back a little bit further. Certainly an improved effort from what we saw in terms of execution against the Fi a week ago. But there are no moral victories for the Nelson Giants, who are on the outside of the top 6 looking in, and the only thing that's going to fix that is some W's.
Lead back to 20 on those makes. Under a minute to go at Eventfinda.
What a pass, Davidson.
Beautiful. To Inwood.
Man, he just no angle on that one, but he creates one. This is essentially a rapid league matchup as Charlie Dalton doesn't get the roll, but Nick Barrow.
Weren't we running this like a couple of hours ago?
This
like 3 hours ago?
This is how it finishes. Deja vu all over again, Moles.
Thanks, Yogi. I feel like I'm in a simulation. I feel like the groundhogs come out and there's another 6 weeks of winter. Here's Takar Cooper. Can't get it to go in. Davidson. Dalton back. Dropping it off to Ingham. Ingham pulling up. Had
That's
it
definitely
knocked.
a foul.
And we'll shoot 2 with 16 seconds to go on this game.
Well, I wonder if the Tuatara are going to call a player timeout and really extend the pain.
Well, one of the teams that got cheated on some seconds there at the midway point of the fourth quarter.
It should have probably been about another 10 or 15. But that's okay.
Ingham going for the second. Braden Early, really good off the bench, Casey. Him and Charlie Dalton filling that 6th, 7th man role really nicely for Aaron Young.
Look at the strength of Uli. He is a much refined player and is it specimen physically.
I think it's Menlo College, NAIA.
Menlo? Menlo Park?
Menlo, that's the one. And that's NAIA is basically 3rd division collegiate ball, but the experience that you get from playing overseas.
But the thing about NAIA is it's got very different rules. So you got a lot older players come through there sometimes. You got guys who can't get regular college eligibility, so they're 25, 26. A very varied talent set that he's going up against. So he is in the portal right now, looking for some opportunities as we have a player timeout by the Nelson Giants.
And that whole eligibility rule and being in the transfer portal and the NIL deals and name, image, likeness, that's opened up a whole raft of players who aren't necessarily looking to go to the big programs, the big schools anymore, because you're getting numbers elsewhere. You show your wares, you're going to get a professional look elsewhere.
Well, I mean, the big five, they don't really recruit freshmen anymore. They recruit from the other schools. Oh, yes, Hayden Jones.
Hayden Jones with a flush.
Another player timeout back. Yeah, Tuatara bringing the player timeout back. Let's get one more dunk in this.
I want to see Nick Barrow.
Well, it's been a bit of a scoring explosion here in the late rounds of the fourth quarter.
Tuatara going for 100 here.
Why not? Send the crowd home happy. The crowd that hasn't left already realizing the game is in hand.
It's been a really good crowd here tonight as on the GJ Gardner Homes replay, Hayden Jones, son of Phil and Kat, brother of Maya.
And younger sister whose name escapes me right now. She might be the hooper, best hooper among them.
That's exciting. Uli! And that'll do it. We are done here at Eventfinda Stadium. It's a 99-81 win to the Tuatara. And they just got the job done in the fourth quarter.
Well, they end up winning that fourth quarter 26-17, an 8-point victory there, and it was 6 points in the second quarter. That's the bulk of the difference in the ball game. A noble performance by the Giants, but the Tuatara, when they needed to be, were just better. When they wanted to impose their will on the big ball game, they did. Kobe Langley, the winner of the fan vote MVP. Pizza's up for grabs. If you got that one right, you might have won yourself a pizza. By getting it right, we just mean you agreed with everybody else. Well, I think I'm going to hand it to Tommy V myself. His 30-point night, his timely scoring, got the Auckland Tuatara over the top in a home court victory as they start a mega long homestand over the next month and a half. Taking a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats. 30 points for Jordanovic. Rob Lowe joins him over 20. C. Webb, Glidden, and Uli all in double figures. Kobe Langley, Dan Greta, and Theo Akuba leading the way for the G-men. Rebounds, Rob Lowe, Cam Glidden, both with those double-doubles. Nice job there. C-Webb, 5 assists, a little bit beneath, but he always finds a way to rack them. Kobe Langley, 6 assists himself to go along with his points scored. Rob Lowe, 2 blocks, 1 apiece for Fotu, Theo, Akuba, and Sammy D. Finishing on the steals, McNaught gets 3, which matches the output of the Tuatara trio.
A convincing win in the end for the Auckland Tuatara. They get the job done over the visiting Giants, who head to Pukekohe on Sunday. And these are the next 3 games. Big one coming up for the Sharks and the Nuggets. Nuggets need to right the ship. The Sharks would love their first win of the season. Arguably the game of the round, the Saints and the Rams getting it done at TSB Arena on late Saturday evening rather, and the Jets and the Fi on Sunday. Then it'll be the Giants and the Bulls from the Franklin Pool and Leisure Centre. On behalf of Casey Frank and the Sky Sport team, thank you so much for watching, and it's good night. Paul Maria from Eventfinda Stadium.